on the Rogue Streaming Network. This is Medford Rogues Baseball.
Full swing of the miss, the throw over to second base, and the tag is going to be in time. It's a double play. Strike him out, throw him out. That's hit well. Deep shot, deep right field. That ball is a definite no-doubter.
Rogues Baseball is on the air.
Base running wins games, in my opinion. My philosophy is to create chaos on the base paths.
Rogue Valley, are you ready? Let's send it out to the ballpark. Here is the voice of your Rogues, Brian Welch. It is an overcast Tuesday evening in the Rogue Valley. It is the final week of the regular season. It's game 1 of 3 between the West Coast Kings and the Medford Rogues. Hi everybody, my name is Brian Welch of the Rogue Streaming Network. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. And welcome to the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. Does your pool or hot tub need repairs? Call Awesome Pool Guy, CCB 255-795. Medford is back home for the final 3 home games of this 2026 campaign. Medford is 24-11 overall on the season, 11-8 in Pacific Empire League action. And I said it's good to be home. The Rogues last week in the Golden State of California in that 5-game road trip, the Rogues only got 1 win. That came against the Solano Mudcats at Solano College, just west of Fairfield. Rogues struggled against the Healdsburg Prune Packers and the Lincoln Potters. Potters shut out the Rogues in game 1 of that 2-game set on that Friday evening in the Sacramento Valley. Rogues were held in check scoreless as well in that series against the Healdsburg Prune Packers. The Rogues offense was a little bit sputtery throughout the whole entire road trip, and you think what happened in that last game against the Lincoln Potters. Rogues scored runs in the 3rd, the 4th, and in the 8th inning. Rogues offense was really timid, could not find ways to capitalize, but also you think about what happened in that game, that shutout game against the Lincoln Potters, where the Rogues were held in check scoreless. They were held scoreless. The thing is that the Rogues had a base runner on every single inning, but could not capitalize in that 2-game set against the Lincoln Potters. The Rogues going to try to find a way to hit the reset button this late in the regular season. The Rogues are still in the hunt for the Pacific Empire League postseason. The Rogues have to win 4 games this week. And the thing is, you got to find a way to, hey, you have 6 more games left, got to win 4. And the Rogues, if they can do that, they'll be in the postseason for the first time in their time in the Pacific Empire League. So this game tonight is crucial against the West Coast Kings. This is game 3 of 5 in the 2026 campaign. The Rogues saw the West Coast Kings in late June. You remember what? That was a crazy series. A couple of ejections. A Thor hammer was brought out onto the field. An ejection on the batter, E.J. Cord. He's in the lineup tonight. And as well as head coach Kyle Gross, who was still the skipper for the West Coast Kings. He was ejected as well. The Rogues got a win on a walk-off sac fly from Daniel Berman, and the Rogues answered back that next night. An impressive performance against the West Coast Kings that day. But more importantly, the Rogues are going to try to find a way to get some of that same magic they had in late June. This is the final week of the regular season. This is going to be very interesting to see what's going to transpire on this Tuesday evening. Let's take a look at the opposition. It is the West Coast Kings, 20-19 overall in the season, 7-14 in Pacific Empire League action. This is a West Coast Kings squad that beat the Humboldt Crabs twice in the 5-game set last week, took game 1 7-2. And that was the highlight of the whole entire series. It was their starting pitcher, Jude Atley, going 8 1/3 innings, had 12 strikeouts, only issued 3 walks. A great outing on the hill against the Humboldt Crabs, and then dropped the next 3 games, but got the win in the final game of the series. This West Coast Kings squad is right below Humboldt. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard and the standings. That's brought to you by our good friends at Kramer Cabinets. It's Healdsburg atop the league. They are 17-5. Lincoln is in second place. They're 13-8 overall. Medford is in third place. They're 11-8. Humboldt is in fourth place. They're 11-11. West Coast Kings 7-14, and the Solano Mudcats are 5-17. So if the season ended today, it would be Healdsburg and Lincoln in the postseason, and the Rogues would be on the outside looking in. The Rogues would not want to be on the outside looking in. They're at the end of this week at the Arcata Ballpark, but every game this week matters, and you're going to hear from head coach Kevin Olmstead talk about this. It's going to be a Game 7 field at Harry and David Field. Before we throw it to commercial break, take a look at the starting pitchers for tonight's game. Going for the West Coast Kings, it is Carson Williams. He'll be in the DH role tonight. He'll be batting in the 9th spot. He'll be on the hill pitching as well for the West Coast Kings. Encountering for the Rogues, it is Dylan Finelli. The Finelli Finesse gets ready to go to work. Dylan Finelli this season, 32 2/3 innings on the hill, ERA of 5.79, 2 wins, 2 losses in 2026, and 8 games, 6 starts. He'll have his 7th start of 2026. Once again, welcome to the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. I was able to sit down with one of the newest Rogues in his first day in the Rogue Valley. Get to hear from Carlos Morales. And then we get a chance to go one-on-one with head coach Kevin Olmstead. Those 2 conversations are coming up right after the break. It's game 1 of 3 between the West Coast Kings and the Medford Rogues. Very humid conditions on this Tuesday evening in the Rogue Valley. Game 1 of 3 between the West Coast Kings and the Medford Rogues coming up right after this. The Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show marches on right after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Green CN Medford Airport at roguegreencn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3 and 4 bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. Welcome back to the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. It's time to get rowdy. This is our Rogues Player Spotlight, and our guest today is in his first day in a Medford Rogues uniform, all the way from Southern California, Carlos Morales. Carlos, how are you?
Doing good. Nice to meet you guys. Freaking excited to be out here.
First day in the Rogue Valley. Did you ever think you'd be getting interviewed on your first day here?
No, I was not ready for this at all. No, yeah, but I'm excited to do this. It's fun.
This is your first day in the Rogue Valley. Let's talk about your childhood. Let's talk about you grew up in Bellflower, California. That's in the LA area. What was baseball like in Bellflower?
There's a lot of good players out there really in that area. You know, a lot of those players where I grew up in, like we'd either like play in leagues in like Orange County, you know. So we'd always like mix with Orange County kids, and there was a lot of good competition out there. You know, a lot of guys like end up getting drafted out of like child ball tournaments I played out of, you know, like I see a bunch of guys now, like this past draft get drafted. So it's a lot of good competition out there.
So you growing up in Bellflower, were you an Angels fan or a Dodger fan?
Dodger fan, for sure. Dodger fan. But when I first got into baseball, though, I really liked the Giants because my favorite player was Buster Posey. Yeah, but then I kind of realized, like, can't really do that where I'm living, so switch over to yeah.
It's because you are a catcher and you idolize Buster Posey because he played for the Giants. But you being a Dodger fan, who any catcher that you idolized growing up?
Really like rare pick. AJ Ellis, okay. Dodger, like 2012 to like 2015, I think. He was a Dodger. He was like my first number was number 17 because of him. So like, you know, like it was really him, and then also Yadi Molina. Yeah.
And this is your first day and your first year in the Rogue Valley. You just wrapped up your stint at Santa Ana College. You won a state title there. What was that like playing JUCO ball at Santa Ana?
Oh, it was the best 2 years of my life, honestly. It was the best decision I made. My first year, I went to a different JUCO, East LA College, and I didn't have much fun there. And, you know, I needed a change of scenery, and I wanted to win. So Santa Ana was probably the best option for me at the time, and I had the best 2 years of my life this past year. Like every guy on that team, like I would die for, you know, I'd do anything for those guys. So it was really like tight-knit group those 2 years I was there.
And you have a connection on this team. You knew Kian Sanchez when he was playing at Santa Ana before he went to Stanislaus State. What's it like having a familiar face in the dugout?
It feels good. I just want to talk to you, I have to like get to know people. Of course, like that comes with being the first new guy here, but it makes it a little easier transition, just being around Kian. He tells me what to do, like shows me the ins and outs of everything,
This is the final week of the regular season, but anything you want to do while you're up here in the Rogue Valley besides play baseball?
I want to go to a river for sure. Yeah, I'm a big water guy. I love the water. So anytime there's like body of water near me, I try to go. Yeah.
Are we fishing or golfing?
I think fishing. Fishing, yeah.
So hopefully a couple of the guys will take you out fishing during the rest of this regular season. And you made the announcement you'll be playing for the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, all the way in Texas. That's going to be a lot of fun to see what you're going to be able to do. Why be a vaquero?
I fit in really well when I was there on my visit, and they're going to take care of me well there financially with my schooling. So it's something I like. We pay my parents with, they don't got to pay for nothing after paying all these years for baseball, car rides, So it's a little thank you to them, It takes stress off of them, So it's the biggest reason as well.
And when you finish up your baseball career, what do you want to do after baseball?
I think I'm kind of in between right now. Part of me wants to stay in the game as a coach, catching coach. Part of me wants to go like a firefighter. So we'll see what life has in store for me. But as of right now, there's kind of two options I'm looking at, And
I asked Chris Ortiz this and Anthony Thomas Jr. this, the fellow catchers on this team. How do you see the game as a catcher?
I see it very differently than I feel like most other position players. I learned kind of the hard way, like the mental side of college baseball. It's much more mental than physical. My whole life, I thought like if I'm talented enough, I'll play. But no, as a catcher, you got to be mature back there. You got to be a leader, have good like people skills, work with your pitchers. It's a lot on the catcher's plate.
And I know that this is your first day. You're getting used to the guys. You're going to go to the gas station. What's that one thing you're going to get?
Oh, for sure. I'm getting Taco Bell seeds and a red Gatorade. Yeah.
Well, that's making me pretty hungry, my friend. I know that we talked about a little bit off air about your family. Yeah. I want to give a shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out my family. They're back home in Belfort right now. They've done a lot for me, They whenever I need something, they're there for me. And, much love to them.
That's good to hear, my friend. Carlos, thank you so much for hopping on the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. Good luck out there tonight, and good luck with the rest of the week.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
That is our Rogues Player Spotlight. Carlos Morales joining us on the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. When we come right back after this, we go one-on-one with head coach Kevin Olmstead. Game 1 of 3 between the West Coast Kings and the Medford Rogues. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Check out our newest location, our Take and Bake food trailer in Eagle Point. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. We are getting closer to first pitch between the West Coast Kings and the Medford Rogues. Time to go one-on-one with the coach, Kevin Olmstead. Coach, how are you? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, Brian. It is good to be home.
You said that right, my friend. It's good to be home. Tough road trip over the last week in California. It was good to see the guys be able to be on the road, but it was not the best results for the team last week.
Yeah, absolutely. Humility is the greatest form of leadership, and I was humbled this week. The guys, they simply didn't really show up. It wasn't a lack of effort. Maybe it was just a lot of pressure on them. Maybe it was just being on the road for the first time all summer could have got to them. There's a bunch of factors that goes into that. But yeah, not a strong week for us at all. And so we're excited to get back home, and we're excited to see what this week has in store, because it's, playoff week. Every single game throughout the rest of the year is playoffs. It is, a serious game, a game 7, as you will. And so that's exciting to me.
And we've talked about over the summer about being in a routine and being able to dominate that with that routine. How crucial is it to have the guys back at home and be able to play the last 3 games at home in the home portion of the season?
Yeah, it's crucial that we play a lot of games at home, and learning how to play on the road and being back at home is great for us. So we're going to give it our all tonight for the fans, fan appreciation night, or week, I guess. So that'll be a good thing. It's going to be good to see these fans one last time this summer.
The offense had its moments throughout the whole entire road trip, and probably one of the craziest plays I think that was in that road trip was Jackson Rosenthal laying that bunt down against the Solana Mudcats that changed. Sorry to cut that conversation short with head coach Kevin Olmsted. We're about ready for first pitch on a sweltering and humid Tuesday evening in the Rogue Valley. It's game 1 of 3 between the West Coast Kings and the Medford Rogues. Hi, everybody. Once again, my name is Brian Welch. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. Let's give you that starting lineup for the West Coast Kings, led by head coach Kyle Gross. Batting lead off is the shortstop Blake Porter, and the 2 spot is the center fielder Miles Clayton, and the 3 spot is the second baseman E.J. Cord. Batting cleanup and doing the catching tonight is Caleb Hendricks. Jim McInninan is the third baseman tonight. He's the 5 hitter. Wyatt Miyamoto is patrolling left field. He is in the 6th spot. Zach Altamura is at first base. He's the 7-hole hitter. James Hartman is in right field tonight. He is batting in the 8th spot. And pitching and in the DH role tonight is Carson Williams. So it's Porter, Clayton, Cord, Hendricks, McInninan, Miyamoto, Altamura, Hartman, and Williams. And the West Coast Kings face Dylan Finelli, getting his warm-up tosses in on this beautiful Tuesday evening in the Rogue Valley. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning. It's good to be back home in the Rogue Valley. Dylan Finelli this season for the Rogues. 8 games, 7 starts so far, 32 and 2/3 innings pitched. ERA of 5.79, 2 wins, 2 losses, 20 strikeouts, has issued 24 walks. Head coach Kevin Olmsted touched on a little bit in the one-on-one conversation that he wanted to see a little bit, wanted to see him dominate the strike zone. Rogues in their black jerseys with the white pants on this Tuesday evening. The West Coast Kings rocking their gray jerseys with the yellow numbering and the white outline, rocking the white pants on this Tuesday evening. It is 325 down the line in left and right field, 400 straight away center, 407 is in the gaps and left and right center. And we're about ready for liftoff on this Tuesday evening. Final Tuesday night home game in the regular season for your Medford Rogues. About ready for liftoff on this Tuesday night. It is a sweltering evening at the ballpark. It is humid, a little bit of rain during batting practice. And right now, currently 89 degrees in Medford. Blake Porter settles in for his first trip on this Tuesday evening. Pull up your favorite chair. Medford Rogues baseball is on the air. Dylan Finelli sets up on that first base side of the rubber, delivers the first pitch, and the first pitch curveball misses low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. We are underway 3 minutes early. 6:32 p.m. in Medford. Overcast skies, little hints of blue poking through on this Tuesday evening. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 hits down the air, left center field, trying to track that down as Evan Settle. And that's going to drop right near the storm alert sign in left center. Rounding first, digging for 2 is Blake Porter, and he drops the anchor at second base. It's a leadoff stand-up double for Blake Porter, and the Kings strike put their first base runner on this evening. Hit it well to left center and got the hit.
Now batting the center fielder, number 2, Miles Clayton.
1 on, nobody out, just getting underway on this Tuesday evening. No score between Medford and the West Coast Kings. Here's the center fielder, Miles Clayton, for his first trip of the evening. Rogues infield is playing deep. Outfield playing deep and straight away. Evan Saito playing a couple of steps into right center. First offering comes home from Dylan Finelli. First pitch, breaking ball, misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Clayton, a .212 hitter in the summer. Had 1 ball and no strikes, the lefty. The pitch. This is low and in at 2 balls, no strikes. Clayton out of Santa Rosa Junior College. Gets back in the batter's box. Had 2 balls and no strikes. Infield is playing deep. Starting to shade a little bit to the right. Daniel Berman, the second baseman, close to the lip in right center. 2 balls, no strikes. Dylan Finelli looks over at second base and fires the 2-0. Curveball misses low and in. 3 balls, no strikes. Good crowd on hand on this Tuesday evening. Free general admission to the fans. Finelli looks over at second base, works from that first base side of the rubber, fires a 3-0. Fastball finds the outside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike. Clayton has 17 runs batted in so far in 2026. 3-1. Ground ball to the left side, bobbled by the third baseman, Kian Sanchez, and he gets the first base in time is Miles Clayton. Puts runners at the corners, and that is definitely an E5 recorded. So the Rogues commit the first error of the evening. Not the best way if you want to start if you are the Rogues. Runners at the corners. We are on the road first. No score between the West Coast Kings and the Rogues. Here's the second baseman, E.J. Cord. E.J. Cord found a way to capitalize in that first series in the Rogue Valley back in late June. You definitely trade out for a run if you are the West Coast Kings. Finelli sets up, waits, and fires the first pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider. Strike one. Rogues middle infield definitely thinking of turning two. Logan Macy at short. Daniel Berman at second base. E.J. Cord this season, a .309 hitter in the summer. 14 runs batted in. Strike one pitch from Dylan Finelli. And the pitch. Curveball misses low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. E.J. Cord was the center of controversy in the first meeting between the West Coast Kings and the Medford Rogues. He hit a home run in the 9th inning, and then a prop was brought out onto the field, a Thor's hammer of all props. A ball and a strike. Fastball misses low. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Your attention, please. Daryl Lewis, please report to the Rogues dugout store. Daryl Lewis, please report to the Rogues.
And E.J. Cord was ejected for getting the prop onto the field. Kyle Gross was ejected soon after. 2 balls and a strike. Runners at the corners. Early going in the road first. 2-1. Fouls it off the end of the bat. Goes to the screen, and the count goes square. Blue sky, the sun's starting to poke through on this overcast Tuesday evening in the Rogue Valley. 2-2. Runner goes, swing and a miss, strike through the throw over to second base. The bobble by Daniel Berman, and scores a run. Blake Porter scores from third base. So that is the first strikeout of the evening. So E.J. Cord is out for the first out of the inning. That advances Clayton to second base. Porter goes to third. Rogues are going to try to find a way to get Porter out at the dish, but a bobble by Daniel Berman at second base makes it a 1-0 lead for the West Coast Kings. Here's the catcher, the cleanup man for the Kings, Caleb Hendricks. We are on the road first. First pitch. First pitch, line drive down the left field line. That is going to be a fair ball. Into the corner it goes. 1 run is easily in. Rounding first, digging for 2 is Caleb Hendricks. And it's a 2-0 lead for the West Coast Kings. The Kings answering first, and they lead at 2-0 in game 1 of this 3-game set. So a double off the bat of Porter. Clayton reaching on air. Cord striking out, but Porter scored on that play. And now an RBI double from Caleb Hendricks makes it a 2-0 lead, and that brings in a conversation between Chris Ortiz and Dylan Finelli. This pause the action is brought to you by the Awesome Pool Guy. You need to replace your vinyl pool liner? Call Awesome Pool Guy, CCB 255-795. Give you the defense is backing up Dylan Finelli right after this first pitch to the righty Jim McInerney, the third baseman tonight for the West Coast Kings. Sun is starting to poke through on this Tuesday evening. First pitch slider gets away. Good job by Chris Ortiz to track that one down. 1 ball, no strikes. Round the horn from third to first for the Rogues. It's Sanchez, Macy, Berman, and Rosenthal. In the outfield from left to right for Medford, it's Walsh, Saito, and Olson. Chris Ortiz is catching tonight. 1 ball and no strikes. Jim McInerney. Big lead for Caleb Hendricks at second base. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Misses up and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Jim McInerney at the dish for the West Coast Kings. A .311 hitter so far. 22 runs batted in. Leads the team in RBIs. Trying to get the third run across in this frame for the West Coast Kings. 2-0 pitch, line drive, left field. That drops down for a hit. Rounding third, racing towards home is Hendricks, but the stop sign's put up. Good job by Jonathan Walsh to corral that and keep the runner at bay at third base. That puts runners at the corners. Less than 2 outs, 2-0 lead for the West Coast Kings. Here is the left fielder Wyatt Miyamoto. This is a big inning right now. You talk about setting the tone. West Coast Kings have set the tone in this frame, and now the pitching coach for the Rogues, Nick Berger, steps out of the dugout, and he is going to have a conversation with Dylan Finelli and the whole entire infield. It is trying to find a way to get that second out of the inning. Let's pause. The action is brought to you by our good friends at Figaro's Pizza. From pizza to wings, even calzones, Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix, Gold Hill, and our newest location in Eagle Point. Locally owned and operated and a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. Blake Porter led off the game with a double. Miles Clayton reached on an E5. E.J. Cord struck out, and Porter scored off on that strikeout. The throw over to second base, trying to chase back, trying to get Clayton out at at base. Caleb Hendricks, RBI double. He's at third base now. Jim Mackinnon with a 1-out single. Puts runners at the corners, less than 2 outs. 2-0 lead for the West Coast Kings. Here is the 6th batter of the inning. It's Wyatt Miyamoto, the left fielder for the West Coast Kings. West Coast Kings leading in the early going. Game 1 of this 3-game set, final 3 home games of this 2026 campaign. 6 games left in the regular season. Rogues middle infield can definitely turn 2 to get out of the inning. First pitch, fastball finds the inside corner, strike 1. No balls and a strike to Wyatt Miyamoto. Miyamoto this season a .283 hitter. No balls and a strike. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Nice pitch by Dylan Finelli. Miyamoto this season, 11 RBIs so far in 2026. West Coast Kings can definitely trade it out for a run. Less than 2 outs. Quickly in the hole, 0-2 is Miyamoto, and the pitch from Dylan Finelli. Fastball elevated. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Miyamoto, the catcher from Whitman University, the Benicia, California native at the Benicia High. For Whitman University, a .257 hitter. 1-2 from Dylan. Runner goes. Ground ball to the left side. That's into left field for a hit. 1 runs easily in. RBI single for Wyatt Miyamoto. And the offense continues for the West Coast Kings. The 3rd run across, and now head coach Kevin Olmstead has seen enough. He is out of the dugout and walking swiftly to the hill. And we have a new pitcher. We'll tell you who he is when we come right back after this. Runners at first and second. It's a 3-0 lead for the West Coast Kings. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is when we come right back after this. All pitching changes tonight and all season long, brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. West Coast Kings 3, Medford nothing. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
Discover the Life Plan community in the heart of the Rogue Valley. Here, your days are filled with opportunities to express yourself, engage your mind and body, and share your life with great new friends. You can connect, grow, and thrive. Our hilltop location is near world-class vineyards, the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and the Brit Music and Arts Festival. Rogue Valley Manor, Southern Oregon's premier Life Plan community.
We continue the top half of inning number 1. It's the West Coast Kings leading 3-0 against the Medford Rogues. Brian Witch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. Early outing for Dylan Finelli tonight. Only a third of an inning. You have 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 strikeout. Did not issue a walk. And head coach Kevin Olmstead gives way to Preston Daniels. Preston Daniels gets his opportunity to try to get out of this jam with runners at first and second. We are in the top half of inning number 1. First batter he sees is Zach Altamura. First offering home. Slider misses low and outside. A 1 ball, no strikes. Preston Daniels this season, 9 2/3 innings on the hill. ERA at 2.79. No wins, no losses, no saves. 9 strikeouts to 4 walks. Wind is blowing softly into the ballpark on this Tuesday evening. 1 ball and no strikes. Daniels glances over at second base. The pitch, 1-0. Misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. Daniels inherits runners at first and second. Jim McKinnon at second base. Wyatt Miyamoto at first base. Forgot to give you the umpires for tonight's game. We'll give you that after the 2-0 pitch. Daniels glances over at second base and the pitch. 2-0. Fastball misses inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Calling the balls and strikes tonight is Chris Bevan. At first base is Harvey Maxey. Dan Conklin is at third base. Preston Daniels sets up on that first base side of the rubber. Zach Altamura waits for the 3-0. Fastball finds at that upper third. 3 balls, 1 strike. Altamura, 213 hitter so far in 2026. 3-1. Breaking ball misses inside ball 4. That loads the bases. That's not what you want to see if you are a Rogue. Bases loaded, less than 2 outs, 1 out in the inning. Here is the right fielder James Hartman. So McKinnon is at third base on a single. Miyamoto's to second base on a single. Altamura gets on base with a walk. Bases loaded, 1 out. Rogues infield can definitely turn 2 to get out of the inning. Chop to the left side. Takes on a hop is Logan Macy. Throws it over second for 1. The throw to first base. Not in time. So that scores a run. So Altamura forced out. 6-4 on the force out. Hartman reaches on a fielder's choice. And that scores the 4th run of the evening. It's a 4-0 lead for the West Coast Kings. So West Coast Kings leading 4-0 against your Rogues. Runners at the corners. Here's the pitcher and the DH man in the 9 spot, Carson Williams, the 9th batter to see Rogues pitching tonight in this inning. First pitch, fastball, finds the inside corner, strike 1. Carson Williams at the dish. Throw over to first base, and the pickoff move not in time. Gets back to the bag of a head-first slide is Hartman. Still no balls and 1 strike. Williams this season a 200 hitter. 1 run batted in so far this season. Strike 1 pitch. That's popped up in the air. Middle of the infield, shallow center field. Backing up is Daniel Berman, the second baseman. Makes the grab for out number 3. And the side is retired, but the West Coast Kings do some damage. 4 runs across on 4 hits. 1 error committed by the Rogues, and 2 left on. Miyamoto left on at third base. Hartman left on at first. We head to the home first right after this. West Coast Kings 4. Rogues coming up. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Planning to move? Choose Pods, the most awarded container moving company. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Pods brings the container to you. Keep it as long as you like and pack at your own pace. When you're ready, we'll take it to your new home or store it at a secure Pod storage center until you need it. And best of all, you don't have to do the driving. Trust Pods with your next move. Book at pods.com today.
Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3- and 4-bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet-friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. West Coast Kings 4, Medford coming up on this beautiful Tuesday evening in the Rogue Valley. Bottom half of inning number 1, we go from Harry and David Field. Brian Witch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. Let's give you that starting lineup for your Rogues, led by head coach Kevin Olmstead. Medford 24-11 overall in the season, 11-8 in Pacific Empire League action. Batting lead off is second baseman Daniel Berman. In the 2 spot is the first baseman Jackson Rosenthal. In the 3 hole is the shortstop Logan Macy. The cleanup man is the third baseman Kian Sanchez. In the 5 spot is the catcher Chris Ortiz. Jonathan Walsh is patrolling left field. He's the 6th hitter. Quentin Olson is in right field tonight. He is batting 7th. Jay Neugebauer is the DH man. He is in the 8th spot. Evan Saito patrolling center field. He is batting 9th. It's Berman, Rosenthal, Macy, Sanchez, Ortiz, Walsh, Olson, Neugebauer, and Saito. Medford's offense faces Carson Williams for the first time on this Tuesday evening. Carson Williams sets up on that first base side of the rubber. First pitch, fastball, finds the top third, strike 1. Daniel Berman in the top of the order spot. A .290 hitter so far this season. 1 double, no triples, no home runs. Trying to set the table for the Rogues to try and get themselves out of a 4-run hole. Strike 1 pitch, chopper to the left side, takes it to third baseman is McInerney. That rolls into left field, rounding first, but puts on the brakes is Daniel Berman. Daniel Berman gets aboard with a leadoff single. Let's see how the official scorekeeper scores that. So leadoff man on for the Rogues, 1 on, nobody out. We are on the home first. Here's the first baseman Jackson Rosenthal. They are going to score that as a single. So a hit for the Rogues to start off this Tuesday evening. 1 on, nobody out. Kings infield, middle infield, definitely thinking of turning 2. Jackson Rosenthal, the Ashland native, gets ready to go to work. First pitch, it's that sky high in the air down the left field line, and it goes out of play. Strike 1. Jackson this season a .346 hitter. 3 doubles rather, no triples, 1 round tripper, 13 runs batted in so far. Rogues gonna have to find a little bit of offense to respond after a 4-spot put up by the West Coast Kings in the top of this inning. Strike 1 pitch. Fastball finds the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Coaching the bases for the Rogues at third base is the skipper Kevin Olmstead, back in his natural habitat at first base. Welcome back, Jacob Seitz. Jacob and his fiance, Gabby, and I, we golfed yesterday at Laurel Hill. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jackson Rosenthal down on strikes. First out of the inning, first strikeout for Carson Williams this evening. 1 on, 1 out. We are in the home first. 4-0 lead for the West Coast Kings. Here's a 3-hitter for Medford, Logan Macy. He's the shortstop tonight. Let's give you that defense is backing up the starter, Carson Williams for the West Coast Kings. Around the horn from third to first as McInerney, Porter, Cord, and Altamura. In the outfield from left to right, it's Miyamoto, Clayton, and Hartman. Caleb Hendricks does the catching for the West Coast Kings tonight. First pitch, slider, misses low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Logan Macy at the dish for the Rogues, a .298 hitter so far this season. Macy has 1 double and 1 triple to his credit, 2 home runs. Had 1 ball and no strikes. Hits down the air, right center field. That's going to drop down for a hit. Rounding second, digging for third base is Daniel Berman getting the wave home, but the stop sign put up by head coach Kevin Olmstead. It's a 1-out double off the bat of Logan Macy, puts runners at second and third. Logan Macy swinging the bat well. Like that hit if you are the Rogues. Rogues back into business. Puts runners at second and third. So 2 on, 1 out. We are in the home first. 4-0 lead for the West Coast Kings. Here is the cleanup man, Kian Sanchez. Rogues can definitely trade it out for a run. First offering. Hits that sky high in the air. Left center field, tracking it down is Miyamoto. At the track, the center fielder Clayton makes the grab, tagging from third, and scoring is Daniel Berman. A sac fly off the bat of Kian Sanchez makes it a 3-run game. 4-1 West Coast Kings. So that is the second out of the inning. So that puts Logan Macy at second base. Here's the catcher for the Rogues, Chris Ortiz. West Coast Kings 4, Medford 1. Chris Ortiz going to try to find a way to capitalize in this inning. You like the attack mode by the Rogues so far tonight. Chris Ortiz digs in for his first trip of the evening. Chris caught a couple of times in that road trip in California. Williams sets up on that first base side of the rubber, steps off the bag and getting back over to second base, Logan Macy. Logan Macy was halfway over to third base, but decided to get himself back over to second. Chris Ortiz at the dish, still waits for the first pitch. Breaking ball, finds that top third at strike one. Chris Ortiz this season a .333 hitter, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 1 round tripper, 20 runs batted in so far in 2026. No balls and a strike. Logan Macy, a big lead at second base. Strike one pitch, hits that in the air, right center field, tracking it down is Hartman, the right fielder, and that drops right past him in the right center. 1 run's easily in. Chris Ortiz drops the anchor at second base. It's an RBI double, and the Rogues only trail by 2. Rogues offense starting to find its traction. 4-2 West Coast Kings. We are on the home first. Here is the left fielder, Jonathan Walsh. Medford trying to answer back after giving up a 4 spot in the top of this inning. So 2 runs across on 3 hits so far. First pitch, fastball. Misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. One 0. Misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Jonathan Walsh this season a .300 hitter. 1 double, 4 triples, 1 round tripper, 11 runs batted in so far in 2026. I know his mom and dad are listening back home in Dover, Tennessee. Didn't forget about you, Alex and Scout. 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball misses outside at 3 balls, no strikes. Alex, Jonathan's brother, Scout, the family dog. They always listen on in the backyard, right by the pool on the big screen TV. 3 balls and no strikes. Fastball finds the upper third. 3 balls, 1 strike. Jonathan has been that top of the order guy so far this season. Batting in the 6th spot. Rogue's going to try to find a little bit of pop in this part of the lineup. 3 balls and 1 strike. Chops it to the third base side. That goes foul, says the home plate umpire, Chris Bevan. And the count fills. Blue skies overhead. Ominous clouds to the north. Might be raining in North Medford. Might be raining in Eagle Point. This is a big game. This is the beginning right now for the Rogues offensively. Think about responding. 2 runs across on 3 hits. Payoff pitch. Line drive, center field, base hit. Rounding third, racing towards home is Chris Ortiz. Chucking towards home, and the relay throw is cut off. RBI single for Jonathan Walsh. It's a 3-run first inning. The Medford Rogues are only 1 run behind. 4-3 West Coast Kings, but you like what you're seeing from the Rogues so far tonight. A big hit off the bat from Jonathan Walsh. So 1 on, 2 outs. We are on the home first. 4-3 lead for the West Coast Kings. Here's the right fielder, Quentin Olson. He settles in for his first trip. Carson Williams trying to find a way, get that 3rd and final out. First pitch, fastball misses up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. You like the attack mode by this Rogue squad tonight. Daniel Berman led off the inning with a single. Jackson Rosenthal struck you out. Logan Macy doubled. Sac fly from Kean Sanchez drove in Daniel Berman. RBI double from Chris Ortiz, 1-0. Finds the outer third, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jonathan Walsh on an RBI single makes it a 3-run first inning. 3 runs on 4 hits. Rogues offense finding their momentum again. A ball and a strike. Quentin hits that in the air, sky high, left field. Miyamoto to his right, the left fielder on the run, makes the grab for out number 3, and the inning comes to a close. But the Rogues close the gap to 1. They only trail by 1. 3 runs across on 4 hits. no errors, and one left. Jonathan Walsh left on at first base. Rogues only trail by one heading to the second inning. West Coast Kings 4, Medford 3. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. After the game is over, are you looking for more Medford Rogues content? Plank Talk is the official podcast of the Medford Rogues. Hi, this is Brian Welch, the voice of your Rogues. Join me every week as we talk with the players, front office staff, and special guests along the way. Plank Talk drops every week during the season on the same channel you watch the Rogues. We will see you for Plank Talk. As always, go Rogues. Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Green CN Medford Airport at roguegreencn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Check out our newest location, our Take and Bake food trailer in Eagle Point. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. West Coast Kings first pitch swinging in the air. Center field drifting back as Evan Settle makes the one-hand grab for out number one. One pitch, one out to the leadoff man, Blake Porter. Second straight inning, he leads off the frame. West Coast Kings sent 9 batters to the dish, scored 4 runs, and they get the first out of the inning. If you're the Rogues defensively, you like that change from inning number 1 to inning number 2. So bases empty, 1 out. We are on the road second. 4-3 lead for the West Coast Kings. Here's the center fielder, Miles Clayton. Reached on base in his first AB of the evening. First pitch finds the outside third, strike 1. Preston Daniels in relief of the starter, Dylan Finelli. Dylan only going a third of an inning. And Preston got the reins after that. Strike 1 pitch, swing and a miss, good fastball. Quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Miles Clayton reached on an error and scored in the first inning. Like this pace by Preston Daniels. Rocks on that first base side of the rubber. Waits and fires the 0-2. Fastball called, strike 3 on the outside corner. Clayton down on strikes. First strikeout victim for Preston Daniels this evening. And you like that pitch if you are the Rogues. So quickly 2 up and 2 down in the top of 2. 4-3 lead for the West Coast Kings. Here's the second baseman, E.J. Cord. 0 for 1 so far tonight. Rogues infield is playing deep, outfield playing deep and straight away. Preston Daniels working at a quick pace so far tonight. First one, fastball outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Rogues answering after giving up a 4 spot in the top of the first, scoring 3 times in the home first. 1-0, that's hit in the air, right field, tracking it out is Quentin Olson on the run at the shades, makes the one-hand grab for out number 3, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. It's the Kings that go 1, 2, 3. Head to the home half of inning number 2 right after this. Due up for the Rogues, Dan Neugebauer, Evan Saito, and back to the top of the order of Daniel Berman. Can the Rogues find a way to tie it up or take the lead away? West Coast Kings 4, Medford 3. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Green CN Medford Airport at roguegreencn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3- and 4-bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet-friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. Three-run game between the West Coast Kings and the Medford Rogues. Bottom of 2 we go from Harry and David Field. West Coast Kings leading 4-3 against the Medford Rogues. 8-9-1 due up for Medford. Jan Neugebauer leads off the inning, followed by Evan Saito. Then back to the top of the order of Daniel Berman. Rogues in the home half of inning number 1 got 3 runs across on 4 hits. A great response after giving up a 4 spot in the top half of inning number 1. And the Chico, California native Jan Neugebauer leads off the inning, facing Carson Williams. First pitch, breaking ball, misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. Jan Neugebauer this season a .278 hitter. 1 double, 1 triple. Has not gone deep yet in 2026. 1 ball and no strikes. Fastball misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Blue skies overhead. Overcast skies to the north. Sun's been playing peekaboo with the clouds so far this evening. 2 balls, no strikes. Chopper, comebacker to Williams, the pitcher, speeds to the first base bag, and he outruns Jan Neugebauer. So it's 1 unassisted for the first out of the inning. Base is empty, 1 out. We are in the home second, 4-3 lead for the West Coast Kings. Here's the 9-hitter Evan Saito, Rogue center fielder tonight. West Coast Kings leading by 1 to 4-3 against your Medford Rogues. Rogues offense trying not to go in reverse after putting up a 3 spot in the home half of the first. You think about it from a momentum perspective. Preston Daniels, the reliever for the Rogues, sent the Kings in order 1-2-3 in the top of this inning. Evan Saito squares for a bunt, and Evan Saito said it hit him. So Evan Saito squared for a bunt, got hit, but it must have hit the bat. Strike 1. No balls and a strike. And now he's hit by the pitch. And now Evan Saito takes his base with honor. So 1 out, base runner on for the Rogues. 1 on, 1 out. We are in the bottom of 2. 4-3 lead for the West Coast Kings. We go back to the top of the order with Daniel Berman, the Rogue second baseman tonight. First game of a 3-game set between the 2 programs. Third meeting in 2026. Rogues took the first 2 meetings against the West Coast Kings in a walk-off sac fly by Daniel Berman in late June. And then Rogues answered back with a dominating victory the next night. First pitch, fouls it off right side, strike 1.
That one's just a bit foul.
Infield is playing deep for the West Coast Kings. Middle infield definitely thinking of turning 2. Outfield playing deep and straight away for the Kings. Clayton, the center fielder, a couple of steps in it to left center. No balls and 1 strike. Runner goes. Fastball misses low. Hendricks, the catcher, can attempt the throw to second base. Evan Saito steals second base. First stolen base of the evening for the Rogues. And Evan Saito and the Rogues eliminate the opportunity to turn 2. That's a big stolen base for the Rogues offensively. Puts Medford only 180 feet away from scoring. Stars and Stripes blowing softly into right field. 1-1, ground ball to the left side. Can't get picked up by the shortstop Porter. 1 runs easily in. It's an RBI single for Daniel Berman, and we are all knotted up at 4. The shortstop Porter tried to track it down, going to his right, trying to make the play, but it escaped into left field, and the Rogues offense is back to business. 4-4 game in the home half of the second. 1 on, 1 out. Here is the 2-hitter for the Rogues, the first baseman, Jackson Rosenthal, 0 for 1 so far tonight. Carson Williams sets up on that first base side of the rubber. First pitch swinging sky high, left center field. Miyamoto, the left fielder, tracks it down, makes the one-hand grab with the shades not on for out number 2. Rosenthal flies out to left field for the second out of the inning. 1 on, 2 outs. We are in the bottom half of inning number 2, all tied up at 4 between the West Coast Kings and the Medford Rogues. Here's a shortstop for Medford, Logan Amacy, 1 for 1 so far tonight. Rogues going to try to find, they found a way to shuffle the deck in the lineup. Logan Amacy in the 3 spot. First offering comes home. First pitch, line drive, center field, a base hit. Logan Macy's 2 for 2 tonight. Macy doubled in the first, singles now in the second. 2 on, 2 outs. We are in the bottom half of inning number 2. West Coast Kings 4, Medford 4. Here is the third baseman, the cleanup man, Kian Sanchez, 0 for 1 of an RBI tonight. Rogues going to try to build some insurance against the West Coast Kings. A little bit of activity in that bullpen for the Kings right now. First pitch swinging, hits that in the air, sky high, left field, track, wall, goodbye! It's a 3-run blast for Kian Sanchez. Kian Sanchez gets his 3rd round tripper of 2026. And the Rogues lead 7-4 against the West Coast Kings. What a response by the Rogues. We talked about in the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show that the Rogues offense was dormant and inconsistent during that road trip in California, but Chris Ortiz's friend, Kian Sanchez, has woken this offense up. First pitch swinging, line drive, left field. That's going to drop down for a hit. Extra bases for Chris Ortiz. Ortiz rounds first, digs for 2, slides into second base. It's a 2-out double off the bat of Chris Ortiz, his 2nd hit of the evening, and the Rogues having a great time in this inning. All with 2 outs. Rogues offense capitalizing. Now head coach of the West Coast Kings, Kyle Gross, steps out of the dugout, trying to stop the bleeding on this Tuesday evening. Think about what this Rogue squad has done so far. 3 runs in the first, currently 4 runs across in this inning. Rogues offense capitalizing on the pitcher of Carson Williams, but kind of you think about what this Rogue squad has done so far. That last week, the Rogues offense struggled to get runs across. But now you're kind of seeing this Rogue squad. You're back to your routine. You're back at home. You're sleeping in your own bed. You're eating good food. You're golfing. You're fishing. And this Rogue squad likes playing at home at Harry and David Field. And the Rogues inning continues. Runner at second base, 2 out, 7-4 lead for Medford. Highlighted by a 3-run blast by Kian Sanchez. Rogues offense clicking on all cylinders. And now Jonathan Walsh settles in for his 2nd trip of the evening. 1 for 1 so far tonight. Credit head coach Kevin Olmstead with shuffling this lineup tonight. First pitch, fastball misses low and out. 1 ball, no strikes. Think about how this inning began. Jan Neugebauer grounded out to the starting pitcher, Carson Williams. And then Evan Saito was hit by a pitch. RBI single off the bat of Daniel Berman. Jackson Rosenthal flied out to left field. Logan Macy singled. Kian Sanchez drove all of them in on a 3-run homer. Chris Ortiz doubling to extend the inning. Jonathan Walsh had 2 balls and no strikes. You think about how the week went. You need a type of inning like this tonight. 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball misses outside at 3 balls, no strikes. It's still a humid evening. The clouds have moved to the north. The sun is shining bright. 3-0. Misses low, ball 4. And Jonathan Walsh takes first, coaxes a 2-out walk, puts runners at first and second. So 2 on and 2 outs. We are in the home half of inning number 2. 7-4 lead for Medford. Here is Quentin Olson. You think about what the Rogues did against this West Coast Kings squad in that last month of June, last part of June rather, last month. First offering from Carson Williams. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Kings go out gunning, sending 9 players to the dish in the top half of the first. Rogues sending 8 batters, now the 9th batter in this inning in the home second. Strike 1 pitch, misses low and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 on, 2 outs. 7-4 lead for Medford. Chris Ortiz at second base, Jonathan Walsh at first base. Rogues offense trying to pick the pieces, and they are finding ways to capitalize. A ball and a strike. Ground ball pulled to the first base side. That goes foul, says the first base umpire, Harvey Maxey. We'll do it again. Rogues have to win 4 games this week to punch their ticket to the postseason. Every game matters, and head coach Kevin Olmstead alluded to that in our one-on-one conversation. Got to find a way to get some runs across and get some wins. Olsen in the behind, 1 ball and 2 strikes, flied out to left field in his first AB of the night. 1-2, fouls it off. Left side, we'll do it again. One and 2. Hits that in the air. Right field. Going back is Hartman. Hartman at the track. Hartman makes the grab right by the Fox 26 sign in right. And Quentin Olson carries it well, but it can't go out of the ballpark. Olson flies out the right field for the third and final out of the inning. Rogues score 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left. Chris Ortiz left on at second base. Jonathan Walsh left on at first. And we have played 2 in the Rogue Valley. It's a 7-4 lead for Medford. Kean Sanchez's 3-run homer makes it a 3-run lead for the Rogues. Third inning coming up right after this. Game 1 of this 3-game set between the West Coast Kings and the Rogues continues right after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Green CN Medford Airport at roguegreencn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3- and 4-bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet-friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. Top half of inning number 3, we go from Harry and David Field. 7-4 lead for the Medford Rogues. First pitch breaking ball from Preston Daniels finds the inside corner, strike 1. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the West Coast Kings. Caleb Hendricks leads off the inning, followed by Jim McAneven and Wyatt Miyamoto. Rogues scoring 4 times in the home half of inning number 2. No balls and a strike. Fastball misses low and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that 4-run second inning was highlighted by a 3-run blast from Kean Sanchez. 1 ball and a strike. Misses outside at 2 balls, 1 strike. Caleb Hendricks tonight 1 for 1 at the dish. RBI double and scored back in the first. West Coast Kings sent 9 batters to the dish. 2-1. Fastball dots the inside corner, and the count goes square. Caleb Hendricks, the catcher out of CSU Bakersfield. A little bit hotter in Bakersfield, California than in Medford, Oregon. 2-2 ground ball, pulled to the left side, goes to his left as the shortstop Logan Macy. The throw to first base on the money for out number 1. 6-3 on the ground out for the first out of the inning. Bases empty, 1 out. We are on the road to third. Medford 7, West Coast Kings 4. Here is the 5-hitter Jim McAneven, the third baseman for the West Coast Kings. West Coast Kings going in order 1, 2, 3 in the second. First pitch. First pitch swinging, hits that in the air. Center field tracking it down as Evan Seidel, calling everybody off. The center fielder jogs, makes the grab for out number 2. McAneven flies out rather for the second out of the inning. 2 up and 2 down in the road to third. 7-4 lead for the Rogues against the West Coast Kings. Here's the left fielder Wyatt Miyamoto, 1 for 1 so far tonight. Game 1 of this 3-game set between the two programs. Game 2 tomorrow at 6:35 p.m. We'll get going at 6:15 for the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. First pitch misses low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Infield is playing deep for the Rogues. Outfield playing deep and straight away. 1 ball and no strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 1. You like this pace that Preston Daniels has set. Quick pace. Sets up on that first base side of the rubber. And the 1-1 home. Fouls it off right side. Lands in the parking lot, bounces and hits a car. This year having the blinds open. You can see the parking lot at Harry and David Field from my broadcast location. And you can see everything in the parking lot. 1-2 ground ball, pulled to the left side, picked up by the shortstop Logan Macy. The throw to first base in time for out number 3. And the side is retired. 7 straight retirements against the West Coast Kings. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. West Coast Kings go 1, 2, 3. We headed the home half of inning number 3 right after this. Due up for the Rogues. It is... the Rogues went in order 1, 2, 3. It's actually full lineup. 8, 9, and 1 due up. Jan Neugebauer, Evan Seidel, and back to the top of the order of Daniel Berman. 7-4 lead for Medford against the West Coast Kings. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
Discover the Life Plan community in the heart of the Rogue Valley. Here, your days are filled with opportunities to express yourself, engage your mind and body, and share your life with great new friends. You can connect, grow, and thrive. Our Hilltop location is near world-class vineyards, the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and the Brit Music and Arts Festival. Rogue Valley Manor, Southern Oregon's premier Life Plan community.
Home half of inning number 3 we go from Harry and David Field. 7-4 lead for the Rogues against the West Coast Kings. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network for the second straight inning. Jan Neugebauer leads off the inning. First pitch misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. Rogues in the bottom half of inning number 2 sent 9 batters to the dish. 4 runs came across. The highlight of the second inning was a 3-run blast from Kean Sanchez. Jan Neugebauer 0 for 1 so far tonight. 1 ball and no strikes. Breaking ball misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Infield is playing deep for the West Coast Kings. Outfield playing deep and straight away for the West Coast Kings as well. Clayton, the center fielder, a couple of steps in the right center. 2-0 pitch. Fastball right down the boulevard. Strike 1. Jaden in his first AB in the second. Grounded out to the pitcher, Carson Williams. 2-1. Fastball finds the outside corner, and the count goes square. Right against left, sets up on that first base side is Williams. The 2-2 turns away from his Jan Neugebauer, and it misses inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jaden gets out of the batter's box, now climbs, gets a swing, now climbs back in. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard after this pitch. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and the delivery. Turns away from it, misses up and in, ball 4. Jaden Neugebauer gets aboard with a leadoff walk. One on, nobody out. We are in the bottom of 3. 7-4 lead for Medford against the West Coast Kings. Here is the 9-hitter, the center fielder for Medford, Evan Saito. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. That's brought to you by Kramer Cabinets. Currently in the 4th inning, pivotal series between Lincoln and Healdsburg. It's a 5-3 lead for Lincoln in the home half of inning number 4 from Recreation Park. Currently, it's scoreless between the Berkshire Honors and the Humboldt Crabs. That's in the top half of the 2nd. Small lead for Jaden Neugebauer at first base. First pitch to Evan Saito, chops it foul. Third base side, strike 1. So those are the other games going on currently in the Pacific Empire League. This is the final week of the regular season. Rogues have to win 4 of these games this week to get themselves in the postseason. Strike 1 pitch upcoming. And the delivery. Fastball. Finds the top third. Quickly in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Evan Saito was hit by a pitch in the 2nd. Came around and scored. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. 0-2. Slider gets away from the catcher. Hendricks scooting towards second base is Jaden Neugebauer. And the Rogues get a stolen base. Plus they eliminate the opportunity to turn 2. Rogues only 180 feet away from scoring. And that's a big pitch. That's a big event if you are the Rogues. That stolen base puts the Rogues only 180 feet away from scoring. Saito waits. The 1-2. Ground ball to the left side. That's into left field for a hit. Rounding third, and the stop sign put up by head coach Kevin Olmstead keeps Jaden Neugebauer at third base. Evan Saito aboard with a single. So runners at the corners, nobody out. We are in the home half of inning number 3. This is a big inning right now. If you are the Rogues, to definitely build some insurance against the West Coast Kings. 2 on, nobody out. We go back to the top of the order of Daniel Berman. Daniel Berman tonight 2 for 2 at the dish. This has been a part of the order. Head coach Kevin Olmstead and company kind of shuffle the deck, so to speak. Daniel Berman, the top of the order spot. Jackson Rosenthal waits on deck. So it's Berman, Rosenthal, and Macy, the first 3 batters in the top of the order. First offering runner goes. Fastball upstairs. No throw attempted by the catcher Hendricks. And Evan Saito gets a stolen base. Eliminates the opportunity to turn 2 once more. So puts runners at second and third. Rogues right now offensively firing on all cylinders. Strike 1 pitch to Daniel Berman. And the delivery. Fastball. Finds the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Daniel Berman in the first inning led off the first with a single. Came around and scored. RBI single in that prolific second inning. Neugebauer at third. Saito at second base. Berman in the hole 0-2. Taps that in the air down the first base side, and it trails out of play. Actually hits the netting and bounces back into play, but it still is foul. No balls and 2 strikes.
Everybody clap your hands.
Downtown scoreboard once again brought to you by Kramer Cabinets. This is a big game right now. If you are the Rogues, you got to get 4 wins this week, and it all starts today. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch from Williams. 0-2. Misses low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Daniel Berman 2 for 2 so far tonight. Definitely get an RBI. Daniel Berman already has 9 RBIs to his credit. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he's hit by the pitch. Daniel Berman takes his base of honor. So Daniel Berman loads the bases with nobody out in the third. Here's the first baseman for Medford, Jackson Rosenthal.
Down batting, he's a homegrown Rogue, the first baseman from Ashland and Hawaii Pacific University, number 20, Jackson Rosenthal.
So Jackson Rosenthal settles in for his 3rd trip of the evening, 0 for 2 so far tonight. Rogues cover all the bags, nobody out in the home half of inning number 3, 7-4 advantage for Medford. First offering comes home. First pitch, line drive, center field, tracking it down as Clayton makes the grab, tagging from third, and speeding towards home is Jay Neugebauer, and he scores standing up. A sac fly off the bat of Jackson Rosenthal makes it an 8-4 lead for Medford. So that is the first out of the inning. Textbook play traded out for a run. But runners at the corners. 2 on, 1 out. We are in the bottom half of inning number 3. 8-4 advantage for the Medford Rogues against the West Coast Kings. Here's the shortstop, Logan Macy. Macy is currently 2 away from the cycle. First offering. Chops it third base side, tracking it down as McAdam steps on the bag at third. The throw over to second base, the throw over to first, and the throw's in time. It's a 5-4-3 twin killing. Daniel Berman, the victim of that, and the inning comes to a close. 1 run comes across on 1 hit, no errors, and we have played 3 in the Rogue Valley. It's an 8-4 lead for Medford. 4th inning coming up right after this on a beautiful Tuesday evening in the Rogue Valley on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Planning to move? Choose Pods, the most awarded container moving company. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Pods brings the container to you. Keep it as long as you like and pack at your own pace. When you're ready, we'll take it to your new home or store it at a secure Pod storage center until you need it. And best of all, you don't have to do the driving. Trust Pods with your next move. Book at pods.com today.
Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3- and 4-bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet-friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. Medford 8, West Coast Kings 4. Top half of inning number 4 from Harry and David Field. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. Preston Daniels gets back on the hill for his 3rd full inning. He takes on 7, 8, 9 in the West Coast Kings batting order. First pitch, the leadoff man, Zach Altamura, pops that one up down the first base side. Jackson Rosenthal, the first baseman, chases it down, but it goes into the seats on the first base side for a long strike 1. So it's Altamura followed by James Hartman and Carson Williams. Rogues have done a pretty good job offensively tonight. 8 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, 3 runs across in the first, 4 in the second, and 1 across in the third. Strike 1 pitch misses up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. But on the defensive side, Dylan Finelli got the start, only lasted a third of an inning, but Preston Daniels since then has found a way to calm down and keep the West Coast Kings batters quiet. 1-1 breaking ball finds the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He has retired the last 7 batters in a row. 1-2 leans out of the way is Altamura, and the count goes square. Altamura drew a walk in the first. Was forced out during the Hartman fielder's choice, 6-4. Waits the 2-2. Checks, he did go around on it, says the home plate umpire Chris Bevan, and Altamura's down on strikes the first time tonight. Second strikeout victim for Preston Daniels this evening. It's 8 straight retired. Bases empty, 1 out. We are on the road to 4th. 8-4 lead for Medford against the West Coast Kings. Here is the 8-hitter James Hartman, 0 for 1 so far tonight. Infield playing deep, first pitch. Breaking ball, misses up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Stars and Stripes blowing softly on this Tuesday evening. Ground ball pulled to the third base side. Great grab by Kian Sanchez. Throws it over to first base, and the throw is no call yet. Now Harvey Maxey says he is aboard. So James Hartman's the first batter aboard since he was aboard back in the first. So an infield single. Puts a runner at first base. 1 on, 1 out. We are on the top of 4. 8-4 lead for Medford Here is the 9-hitter Carson Williams, starting pitcher and the DH man tonight. Flied out back in his first AB. We have a new camera tonight, so we're trying to get all the kinks worked out. There we go. First pitch, knuckles it in the air, tracking it down as Jackson Rosenthal. That sails over his head, foul. Strike one. In a night where it's been, the Rogues pitching staff has done a really good job of containing the West Coast Kings offense. Preston Daniels has worked at a pretty good pace so far. Runner at first base now, that's James Hartman. Preston Daniels has that nasty pickoff move. We saw that last week in California at Recreation Park in the wine country. No balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Nasty fastball there. Preston Daniels. He's looked really good on the hill so far. Climbs out of the box as Williams gets back in. Flied out to Evans' side of the center fielder, back in the first. Glacier blue skies overhead. Hints of clouds dotting the landscape. 0-2. Breaking ball. Fouls it off right side. And the ball, I think it hit a car. Hit two cars, actually. I think it hit Kyle Gross's car. Head coach of the West Coast Kings. Throw to first base, and the tag is applied late. Hartman gets back to the bag with a head-first slide. You like that if you are the Rogues to keep the base runner honest at first. 0-2 leans to a ground ball, trails it foul to the third base side. We'll do it once more. There's one cloud that looks like a piece of cotton. Like the fuzzy foam you used for arts and crafts. Beyond right field. Quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes is Williams. The pitch leans to a ground ball, trails it foul, third base side. We'll do it once more. And like that piece of foam you use, that's off in right field. Clouds are excellent tonight at the ballpark. Perfect summer's evening in the Rogue Valley. The 0-2 once again. Fastball elevated. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Williams currently undeclared for school. The 1-2. Hits that in the air. Left field, tracking it down as Jonathan Walsh runs up to it. Moves to his left, makes the grab for out number 2. Williams flies out the left field for the second out of the inning. 1 on, 2 outs. We are on the road 4th. Medford 8, West Coast Kings 4. We go back to the top of the order of Blake Porter, the shortstop tonight for the West Coast Kings. 1 for 2 so far. Rogues offense has looked good. The pitching staff and defense has been on par so far tonight. Base runner at first base is James Hartman. He got aboard with a 1-out single in the infield. First pitch, fastball misses up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Hits that in the air, right field going back is Quentin Olson. Quentin Olson on the run with the shades on, makes the one-hand grab for out number 3. And the side is retired. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left. James Hartman left on at first base. We head to the home 4th right after this. 2 up for the Rogues, Kian Sanchez, Chris Ortiz, and Jonathan Walsh. Medford 8, West Coast Kings 4. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. After the game is over, are you looking for more Medford Rogues content? Plank Talk is the official podcast of the Medford Rogues. Hi, this is Brian Welch, the voice of your Rogues. Join me every week as we talk with the players, front office staff, and special guests along the way. Plank Talk drops every week during the season on the same channel you watch the Rogues. We will see you for Plank Talk. As always, go Rogues. Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Green CN Medford Airport at roguegreencn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Check out our newest location, our Take and Bake food trailer in Eagle Point. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. Home half of inning number 4 we go from Harry and David Field. 8-4 lead for the Medford Rogues against the West Coast Kings. And this is a very interesting one so far. Rogues have to win 4 games this week to get themselves into the postseason. Rogues doing a pretty good job so far tonight. And they chase out the starter Carson Williams, new pitcher in for the West Coast Kings. First call to the bullpen for the Kings tonight. There's pitching change tonight and all season long. Brought to you by K2BL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. Carson Williams in this game, 3 innings on the hill, 9 hits, 8 runs, no errors, and only issued 1 walk and struck out had 1 strikeout as well. John Bullock gets his warm-up tosses in for the West Coast Kings. Bullock this season ERA of 4.91, no wins, no losses, 3 appearances, no starts, 3 2/3 innings on the hill, and has 1 strikeout, no walks, has given up 1 home run. And opposing batters have done a pretty good job against him in 2026, hitting .300 against him in this summer season. The first batter he sees is Kean Sanchez. So it's Kean Sanchez lead off the inning, followed by Chris Ortiz and Jonathan Walsh. Rogues offense so far tonight, 8 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. For the West Coast Kings, 4 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. Rogues plating 3 runs in the first, 4 runs in the second, and 1 run across in the home half of inning number 3. This is, you think about a confidence game, and you think about what this Rogue squad endured throughout that whole entire road trip in California. The offense was not up to par. First pitch, fastball elevated, 1 ball, no strikes. It's good to see the Rogue squad get their offense a footing back in the Rogue Valley. Kean Sanchez 1 for 2 so far tonight. 1 ball and no strikes. Breaking ball finds the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Kean Sanchez tonight, 1 for 2 with 4 RBIs so far. Wait till the 1-1. Hits that in the air, left center field going to his right is Clayton, the right. That center fielder can't make the play, escapes past the center fielder Clayton, rounding first, digging for 2, and the relay throw is late. That's a leadoff double off the bat of Kean Sanchez. Rogues offense picking up where they left off in the home half of inning number 3. You think about what Kean Sanchez has done so far tonight. He's 2 away from the cycle. Home run and a double now. Leadoff man on. 1 on, nobody out. We are in the home 4th. 8-4 lead for Medford against the West Coast Kings. Here's the catcher, Chris Ortiz. 2 for 2 so far tonight. First offering comes home. Breaking ball, misses upstairs. Well, actually finds the top 3rd, strike 1 rather. You think about how this team has performed. You like what the confidence this Rogue squad has had so far this evening. Strike 1 pitch. Misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chris Ortiz tonight, RBI double and scored in the first. Doubled in the second. Was left stranded at second base. 1-1, swing and a miss on the slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Infield is playing deep for the West Coast Kings. Outfield playing deep straight away for the Kings. Clayton, the center fielder, a couple of steps into left center. Sets up on that first base side is John Bullock, the reliever for the West Coast Kings. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Tag applied by Hendricks, and Chris Ortiz is down on strikes for the first out of the inning. 1 on, 1 out. We are in the bottom half of inning number 4. 8-4 lead for the Rogues against the West Coast Kings. Here's the left fielder, Jonathan Walsh. 1 for 1 so far for walk tonight. Rogues offense they have scored a run in every single inning. Can they do that now? First pitch, runner goes, breaking ball, finds the outside corner. The throw over to third base, not in time. That's a stolen base for Kian Sanchez, puts the Rogues only 90 feet away from scoring. And that's a pretty good stolen base for the Rogues once again. We talked about a little bit with head coach Kevin Olmstead. I don't know if that part of the interview played, but he talked about being able to talk about, hey, we're going to see the small ball this week. Talked about it has to be for that right situation. The Rogues are in that situation tonight. Strike 1 pitch, fouls off the breaking ball is Jonathan Walsh quickly in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Jonathan tonight, RBI single in the first. Was left stranded at first base. Drew a walk in the second. Was left on at first base as well. Has reached on base 2 times tonight. 0-2. Swing to miss, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks by John Bullock. Gets it to be the second out of the inning. So 1 on, 2 outs. We are in the bottom of 4. Medford 8, West Coast Kings 4. Here's Quentin Olson, right fielder, 0 for 2 so far tonight. Had a big, deep fly ball out to right field in his last AB, but it was contained by the right fielder Hartman. First pitch, fastball misses upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Quentin gets back in the batter's box. Runner at third base is Kian Sanchez. He's there because of a double. 1-0, misses low and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Quentin tonight flied out to left field of Miyamoto for that third and final out of the inning. Flied out to right field for the third and final out of the second inning as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Leans out of the way. Fastball misses up and in. 3 balls, no strikes. Jay Neugebauer waits on deck. The 3-0. Fastball misses low. Ball 4. Kian Sanchez aboard with a 2-out walk. Or, excuse me, Quentin Olson aboard with a 2-out walk, I should say. Puts runners at the corners. Kian Sanchez at third. At first base is Quentin Olson. So 2 on, 2 outs. We are on the bottom of 4. Here's the DH man, Jay Neugebauer, 0 for 1 of a walk tonight. Rogues offense, you can definitely feel you get some more runs across. The Rogues have scored a run in every single inning. Can they crack into the run column in the 4th? Throw to first base to chase back the runner. Quentin Olson gets back to the bag of a head-first slide. Still waiting for the first pitch. First one of Jay Neugebauer. Chopper off the glove of the pitcher, Bullock. Third baseman McNiven throws it over to first base, and the throw's not in time. It's a run that scores. Jay Neugebauer gets safely on at first base. Kian Sanchez scores from third. And let's see how the official scorekeeper scores that. So let's see how they're going to score it. So it's a 9-4 lead for Medford. And I think they're going to score that as a hit. So an RBI single off the bat of Jay Neugebauer puts runners at first and second. First pitch, fastball upstairs, pump fake by Hendricks. Gets back to the first base bag as Quentin Olson. So 9-4 lead for Medford. Runners at first and second. Olson at second base. Jay Neugebauer at first. Evan Saito at the dish. Hit by a pitch in his first AB. 1 ball and no strikes. Slider tracked down by the catcher. Hendricks gets back. Found a way to not get a pass ball on that play. 2 balls and no strikes. Blue skies overhead, clouds storming off to the north. 2 balls and no strikes. It's that in the air, foul down the first base side at 2 balls, 1 strike.
Everybody clap your hands.
Saito singled in the third. Got the second base with left stranded runners at first and second. Olsen at second base, Neugebauer at first. 2-1, flares it out down the first base side, goes out of play, and the count goes square. Pitch misses upstairs, and the count fills. This is a big pitch up coming right now for the Rogues. You don't want to leave, you have a run already across, but you definitely want to pass the bat along. Payoff pitch. Runner goes, swing and a miss, strike 3. Evan Saito down on strikes, and that's the third and final out of the inning. 3 strikeouts for John Bullock in relief, and that closed the book on the 4th inning. 1 run comes across on 2 hits, no errors, but the Rogues leave a pair on. Quentin Olsen left on at second base, Jenny Neugebauer left on at first, and we have played 4 in the Rogue Valley. We head to the 5th inning. That means it is the Awesome Pool Guy 5th inning. Medford 9, West Coast Kings 4. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Green CN Medford Airport at roguegreencn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3 and 4 bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. Medford 9, West Coast Kings 4, top half of inning number 5. That means it is the Awesome Pool Guy 5th inning. The 5th inning is brought to you by the Awesome Pool Guy. You can replace your vinyl pool liner. Call the Awesome Pool Guy, CCB 255-795. First pitch to the center fielder for the West Coast Kings, Miles Clayton. Sees a breaking ball in the inside corner, strike 1. Strike 1 pitch, hits that in the air down the right field line. That's going to drop down for a hit. Extra bases for Miles Clayton. Into the corner it went. And Miles Clayton gets aboard with a lead-off double, his second time being on base this evening. So he wastes no time. 1 on, nobody out. We are on the top half of inning number 5. Here he is, the second baseman, E.J. Cord. 0 for 2 so far tonight for the West Coast Kings. Medford leading 9-4 against the Kings. Game 1 of this 3-game set. Final home series in this 2026 campaign. Rogues have that final road series. It's going to be starting on Friday against the Humboldt Crabs at the Arcata Ballpark. We'll have the broadcast for you throughout the whole entire week on the Rogue Streaming Network. First one, fouls it off to the screen. Strike 1. A.J. Cord at the dish. Flied out to right field in the second, struck out in the first. Gets back in the batter's box. Runner at second base is Miles Clayton. Infield is playing deep and starting to shade to the left. Logan Macy, the shortstop, playing on the lip and left center. Preston Daniels climbs off the mound, gets back on top of the rubber, works on that first base side of the rubber. Right against right. Glances at second base, waits, and the fires. Fouls it off to the screen. Quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Kings offense 4 runs on 5 hits already. 4 runs across in the first. Ever since then has been quiet offensively. Have gotten a base runner on in the last inning and also in this inning. This is a big inning right now. If you are the Rogues defensively, you definitely want it to keep that defensive pressure up against the West Coast Kings. Quickly in the hole, 0-2. Breaking ball. Misses upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard that's brought to you by Kramer Cabinets. Couple of other games going on tonight. It's an 8-5 lead for Healdsburg against the Lincoln Potters. That's in the top half of inning number 6. You remember it was Lincoln who led early. 1-2, breaking ball, called strike 3 on the outside corner. E.J. Cord down on strikes. And Preston Daniels pitching well, his 3rd punch out of the evening in relief.
The catcher, number 15, Caleb Hendricks.
1 on, 1 out. We are in the top of 5. Awesome pool guy, 5th inning. You like what you're seeing from the Rogues so far tonight. You like that pitching prowess from Preston Daniels. Right against right, first pitch, breaking ball, pours in for a strike on the inside corner, strike 1. Caleb Hendricks at the dish, 1 for 2 so far. Rogues have had a pretty good evening so far containing the West Coast Kings offense since that first inning. Strike 1 pitch upcoming. Breaking ball, misses up and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Flag is blowing softly into right field. Shadows starting to appear at Harry and David Field. Lot into left field. A ball and a strike. Throws it over to second base as Preston Daniels chases back Miles Clayton. Still 1 ball and 1 strike. One. Fastball lasers in on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hendricks RBI doubled and scored in the first. Grounded out to the shortstop. Logan DeMacy in the 3rd. Big pitch upcoming for Preston Daniels. Sets up on that first base side of the river. Big lead for Miles Clayton at second base. Called strike 3 again on the inside corner. That breaking ball is lethal tonight for Preston Daniels. His 4th punch out of the evening. Back-to-back Ks for Preston Daniels. So 1 on, 2 outs. We are on the Awesome Pool Guy 5th inning. Here's the third baseman, Jim McAneven. 1 for 2 so far tonight for the West Coast Kings. The Kings third baseman trying to provide a little bit of offense. Preston Daniels sets, first pitch. Fastball misses outside at 1 ball, no strikes. Preston Daniels gave up that leadoff double for Miles Clayton. Since then, striking out E.J. Cord, striking out Caleb Hendricks. Preston sets up on that first base side of the rubber. 1-0, line drive, picked up by Logan DeMacy in the air, and McAneven lines out for the 3rd and final out of the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. Miles Clayton left on at second base. Preston Daniels in the Rogues defense works around the leadoff base runner. We continue the Awesome Pool Guy 5th inning right after this. Due up for the Rogues. It's Daniel Berman, Jackson Rosenthal, and Logan DeMacy. Rogues lead by 5, 9-4 against the West Coast Kings. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Green CN Medford Airport at roguegreencn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3- and 4-bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet-friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. We continue the awesome pool guy fifth inning from Harry and David Field. 9-4 lead for the Rogues against the West Coast Kings. Brian Woods back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. 1, 2, and 3 due up to face John Bullock, the reliever for the West Coast Kings. First pitch, breaking ball, misses up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Daniel Berman leads off the inning, followed by Jackson Rosenthal and Logan Macy. Rogues offense has been prolific so far tonight. 1-0, line drive, picked and bobbled by the shortstop. McAneven throws it over to first base, and McAneven recovers to throw it over to first base with the first out of the inning. 5-3 on the ground out for the first out of the inning. Base is empty, 1 out. We are in the awesome pool guy fifth inning. Here's Jackson Rosenthal, 0 for 3 so far tonight with an RBI. The awesome pool guy fifth inning at Harry and David Field. It is brought to you by the Awesome Pool Guy. Need to replace your vinyl pool liner? Call the Awesome Pool Guy, CCB 255-795. First pitch, fastball, finds the top third at strike 1. 9-4 lead for Medford in game 1 of this 3-game set. Game 2 tomorrow, 6:35 first pitch. We get going at 6:15 for the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. Strike 1 pitch, locates in the top third. Quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Infield is playing deep for the West Coast Kings. Outfield playing deep and straight away. It's Clayton, the center fielder, playing way into right center. 0-2 home. Jackson hits that in the air, sky high right field. Hartman, the right fielder, calls everybody off. Makes the one-hand grab for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down in the Awesome Pool Guy fifth inning. 9-4 lead for Medford against the West Coast Kings. Here's the shortstop, Logan Macy. Macy tonight, 2 for 3 at the dish. Rogues offense has looked pretty good so far this evening at 9 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. First one comes home. First pitch leans out of the way, misses up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Logan Macy is 2 away from the cycle. Doubled and scored in the first. Singled and scored in the second. 1-0, slider bounces away from the catcher, Hendricks. 2 balls, no strikes. I can't believe this is the final week of the regular season. It just feels like the summer ball season just goes by in a blink of an eye. 2 balls and no strikes. Macy pops that one up. Left side of the infield, shallow. Left side of the infield, Porter, the shortstop, makes the grab for out number 3. And the inning comes to a close. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Rogues are in order 1, 2, 3. This wraps up the Awesome Pool Guy fifth inning. We ended the top half of inning number 6 right after this. Medford 9, West Coast Kings 4. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
Discover the Life Plan community in the heart of the Rogue Valley. Here, your days are filled with opportunities to express yourself, engage your mind and body, and share your life with great new friends. You can connect, grow, and thrive. Our hilltop location is near world-class vineyards, the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and the Brit Music and Arts Festival. Rogue Valley Manor, Southern Oregon's premier Life Plan community.
After 5 innings of action from Harry and David Field, Medford leads 9-4 against the West Coast Kings. Brian Witch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by the Awesome Pool Guy. Need to replace your vinyl pool liner? Call Awesome Pool Guy, CCB 255-795. 9 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for Medford. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the West Coast Kings. And Preston Daniels begins his 6th inning on the hill in relief, taking over in the first inning from the starter Dylan Finelli. Since then, has been able to keep the West Coast Kings batting order in check. And the first batter he sees in the top half of inning number 6 is the left fielder Wyatt Miyamoto. So it's Wyatt Miyamoto, followed by Zach Altamura and James Hartman. Rogues so far tonight have kept this Kings offense in check. Preston Daniels, a Crescent City, California native, delivers the first pitch. First pitch swinging. That's popped up in the air. Right side of the infield with the shades on as Jackson Rosenthal makes the easy grab for out number 1. Miyamoto pops out for the first out of the inning to the first baseman, Jackson Rosenthal. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the top half of inning number 6. Medford 9, West Coast Kings 4. Here's the first baseman, Zach Altamura. 0 for 1 of a walk tonight. Infield is playing deep for Medford. Outfield playing deep and straight away for the Rogues. Evan Sido, the center fielder, playing a couple of steps into left center. First pitch, slider misses low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Altamura struck out in the 4th inning. 1-0, fouls off the fastball, goes to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shadows starting to appear at Harry and David Field. A lot of shadows in left field. Sun is still baking in right field. 1 ball and a strike. Hits that in the air, down the left field line, curving foul, and it lands in the Rogues bullpen for a long strike 2. Zach Altamura in the 7th spot tonight for the West Coast Kings. Drew a walk in the first. Was forced out during the James Hartman fielder's choice. Struck out in the 4th inning behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2, misses upstairs of a fastball, and the count goes square. 2-2 home from Preston Daniels. Breaking ball, called strike 3 on the outside corner. It's 5 strikeouts for Preston Daniels this evening in relief. He is lethal on the hill tonight.
The right fielder, number 5, James Hartman.
And a crucial pitch for Preston Daniels sends Altamura back to the dish. 2 up and 2 down in the top half of inning number 6. 9-4 lead for the Medford Rogues against the West Coast Kings. Here's the right fielder, James Hartman. First pitch, line drive, center field on the run, and bobbles it is Evan Sido, the center fielder. And James Hartman extends the inning with a 2-out single. So Hartman has reached on base 3 times tonight, and he extends the top half of inning number 6. 9-4 lead for Medford against the West Coast Kings. Here's the pitcher and DH man tonight, Carson Williams. So excuse me, it's John Bullock replacing Carson Williams. Bullock in relief of Williams tonight. First offering. Fastball misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes, the pitch. Breaking ball, misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. But what about Preston Daniels tonight? On the Rogues for a 2nd straight year, 2-0. Fastball, lasers in on the outer third. 2 balls, 1 strike. High punch out so far for him this evening. Has found a way to quiet the Kings offense. 2 balls and a strike. Fouls it off left side, and the count squares up. John Bullock replacing Carson Williams, the 9 spot. Williams tonight going 0 for 2. Flied out a pair of times. The center fielder Evan Sido in the first. Flied out to the left fielder Jonathan Walsh in the 4th. Small lead for James Hartman at first base. 2-2. Hits that in the air. Left field circling for is Jonathan Walsh, the left fielder on the run. Diving grab. Did he reel it in? And yes, he did. Jonathan Walsh in the shade, making the highlight reel play in left field, and the side is retired. No runs, a hit, no errors, one left. James Hartman left on at first base. And we head to the bottom half of inning number 6 right after this. Due up for the Rogues, it's Kian Sanchez, Chris Ortiz, and Jonathan Walsh. Or should I say the Spider-Man of tonight. Rogues out in front, 9-4 against the West Coast Kings. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Planning to move? Choose Pods, the most awarded container moving company. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Pods brings the container to you. Keep it as long as you like and pack at your own pace. When you're ready, we'll take it to your new home or store it at a secure pod storage center until you need it. And best of all, you don't have to do the driving. Trust Pods with your next move. Book at pods.com today.
Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3- and 4-bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet-friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. Bottom half of inning number 6 we go from Harry and David Field. 9-4 lead for the Medford Rogues against the West Coast Kings. And the Rogues offense goes to work now. Kian Sanchez leads off the inning, followed by Chris Ortiz and Jonathan Walsh. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Medford. Rogues scoring runs in the first, the second, third, and the fourth. Fifth inning was the first time the Rogues were held in check. First pitch, misses upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Kian Sanchez tonight 2 away from the cycle, 2 for 3 so far with an RBI. 1-0, hits that in the air, right field. Hartman, the right fielder, drifts to his left. Makes the one-hand grab for out number 1. Kian Sanchez flies out the right field for the first out of the inning. Base is empty, 1 out. We are on the bottom half of inning number 6. 9-4 lead for the Rogues against the West Coast Kings. Here's the catcher, Chris Ortiz. Ortiz tonight, pair of doubles for him. He's 2 for 3 at the dish. Rogues offense has been seeing the ball well so far tonight. You like that because of how the road trip was last week. It was just a little bit inconsistent with the offense. First pitch, fastball misses up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Think about that game against Solano was the best offensive performance for the Rogues in that road trip in California. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0, hits that in the air, left field to Miyamoto going back, looks up, waves it goodbye. Chris Ortiz goes yard. Second home run of the night from a Rogue. And Chris Ortiz capitalizes his second round tripper of 2026. His college teammate Kian Sanchez had a home run earlier, and the Rogues lead by 6, 10-4 against the West Coast Kings.
Now batting the left fielder, number 11, Jonathan Walsh.
And a night where the Rogues offense has prevailed. It's been a fun one so far, solo home run. Talk about the wind's not blowing into the ballpark. It's been a flurry of fly balls to left field. First offering. Swing and a miss on the curveball. No balls and 1 strike. Jonathan Walsh tonight, 1 for 2 with a walk. Strike 1 pitch. Fouls it off to the screen. Quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Walsh got aboard with an RBI single in the first, was left stranded at first base, drew a walk in the second, but was left on at first base as well. Quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fastball, splinters it foul right side to keep the at-bat going. Blue skies overhead, not a cloud in sight. Perfect evening for baseball in July. no balls and 2 strikes. Hits that left center field, a base hit for Jonathan Walsh, and Walsh is aboard with a 1-out single. So Jonathan Walsh keeps the offense moving after the home run from Chris Ortiz. 1 on, 1 out. We are in the bottom of 6. 10-4 lead for Medford against the West Coast Kings. Here's a right fielder, Quentin Olson. 0 for 2 so far off a walk tonight. Settles in for his 4th AB of the evening. Rogues offense, a flurry of runs and a flurry of hits on this Tuesday evening. First offering. Fastball elevated. 1 ball, no strikes. Quentin he collects himself, gets back in the box. Small lead for Jonathan Walsh at first base. Altamura, the first baseman, holding them on. Throw to first base, chases back Jonathan Walsh. Gets back to the bag of a head for a slide. Think about it. If the Rogues can get a win tonight, makes it a lot easier. 1-0, misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. You heard a little bit last week in the road trip in California, multiple guys talking about the game Mafia. Something you do on the bus ride. The kill time, 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball misses low and in, ball 3. A guy who was actually pretty good at it as the narrator was Quentin Olson. Quentin Olson had an opportunity to be the narrator. 3-0, runner goes. Fastball finds the outside corner. Throw over to second base. Not in time. Jonathan Walsh steals second base. Another stolen base in this game tonight. And you like the pressure and you like what the Rogues have done so far. 3 balls and 1 strike. Quentin flied out to left field in the first. Flied out to the right fielder Hartman in the second. Drew a walk in the 4th. Got the second base. Was left stranded there as well. For his first time in his last AB. 3-1, fastball, ground to the right side. Can't get past the first baseman. Altamura can't make the play. Rounding third, racing towards home. Sliding across home plate is Jonathan Walsh. RBI single off the bat of Quentin Olson. It's an 11-4 lead for the Rogues. And the Rogues offense is still finding ways to capitalize. And now head coach Kyle Gross of the West Coast Kings steps out of the dugout. And there's a little bit of not really much activity in that bullpen. And head coach Kyle Gross talks with the whole infield, and the ball's taken away from Kyle Bullock. We have a new pitcher. I'll tell you who he is when we come right back after this. 11-4 lead for Medford. Runner at first base and 1 out in the bottom half of inning number 6. All pitching changes tonight and all season long. Brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. Medford 11, West Coast Kings 4. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. After the game is over, are you looking for more Medford Rogues content? Plank Talk is the official podcast of the Medford Rogues. Hi, this is Brian Welch, the voice of your Rogues. Join me every week as we talk with the players, front office staff, and special guests along the way. Plank Talk drops every week during the season on the same channel you watch the Rogues. We will see you for Plank Talk. As always, go Rogues. Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Green CN Medford Airport at roguegreencn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Check out our newest location, our Take and Bake food trailer in Eagle Point. Locally owned and operated, Figaro supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. We continue the bottom half of inning number 6 from Harry and David Field. Runner at first base, 1 out. West Coast Kings call to the bullpen once again on this Tuesday evening. They turn to Davis Morris in relief of John Bullock. This pitching change tonight and all season long brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. John Bullock goes 2 1/3 innings on the hill, gives up 5 hits, 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts to his, actually 3 strikeouts to his credit, and only issued 1 walk in his outing tonight. Davis Morris gets his warm-up tosses in, and he faces Jared Neugebauer for the first time tonight. First pitch, cues that in the air. That's going to be caught by the shortstop Porter, and Porter makes the grab for out number 2. Jared Neugebauer lines out for the second out of the inning. 1 on, 2 outs. We are in the bottom half of inning number 6. 11-4 lead for Medford against the West Coast Kings. Here's center fielder Evan Saito. Davis Morris from Cuesta College for the West Coast Kings. Morris this season, an ERA of 6.89, no wins, no losses, net appearances, 15 2/3 innings, 21 strikeouts, 11 walks. Opposing batters hitting .216 against him. First pitch, fastball finds that upper third, no balls and 1 strike. Evan Saito so far tonight, 1 for 2 of a hit by pitch. Rogues have had its opportunities so far tonight. 0-1 finds the top third quickly in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Quentin Olson at first base. He's there because of an RBI single. Sets up on that first base side as Davis Morris. And the 1-2. Runner goes. Fastball outside the throw to second base. And the tag is in time. So Quentin Olson caught stealing at second base. Closes the book on the bottom half of inning number 6. 2 runs come across on 3 hits. No errors committed. And nobody left. We have played 6 in the Rogue Valley. Medford leads 11-4 against the West Coast Kings. 7th inning coming up right after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Green CN Medford Airport at roguegreencn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3- and 4-bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet-friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. Top half, winning number 7, we go from Harry and David Field, Medford 11, West Coast Kings 4. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. Rogues turn to the bullpen once again on this Tuesday evening. Third arm getting loose and getting warmed up right now. It is Hayden Kendrick in relief of Preston Daniels. This pitching change tonight and all season long, brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. And you think about what Preston Daniels did well tonight. Over 6 innings on the hill. Gave up only a couple of hits, no runs, shutout baseball since that first inning. Came in during that first inning and found a way to lock down Hayden Kendrick, getting his warm-up tosses in. And Hayden this season for the Rogues, guy who grew up in Central Point. Hayden this season, 11 appearances so far in 2026, no starts, 11 and a third innings pitched. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 save under his belt, ERA of 3.79. No wins and no losses. So he faces the top of the order against the West Coast Kings. Blake Porter leads off, followed by Miles Clayton and E.J. Cord. Infield is playing deep for the Rogues. Lights have not been turned on yet at Harry and David Field. This is a big inning right now if you are the Rogues to definitely have you have the separation, but you got to lock it down. First pitch, fastball right down the boulevard, strike one. Blake Porter so far tonight, 1 for 3 at the dish. No balls and 1 strike upcoming. Fastball misses outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Blake tonight doubled and scored in the first. Flied out a pair of times to Quentin Olson, the right fielder, in the second and in the 4th inning. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls it off right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hayden Kendrick back on the hill. First appearance in the last couple of weeks. Infield is playing deep for the Rogues. Outfield playing deep and straight away on this muggy Tuesday evening in the Rogue Valley. 1-2 from Hayden Kendrick. Swing and fouls it off, and it is the new catcher for the Rogues, Carlos Morales. You heard from Carlos a little bit in the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Blake Porter waits. Kendrick sets, and the 1-2. Fastball misses inside, and the count goes square. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Chopper to the left side, picked up by the shortstop on a hop. Logan Macy, throw to first base on the money for out number 1. 6-3 on the ground out for the first out of the inning. Bases empty, 1 out. We are on the top of 7. Medford 11, West Coast Kings 4. Here's the 2-hitter for the West Coast Kings. Miles Clayton has reached on base a couple of times so far tonight. Gets into the box for his 4th trip of the evening. And Kendrick works on that first base side of the rubber. First pitch. Fastball lasers in on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Miles Clayton tonight reached on base with an error in the first. Came around and scored. Struck out in the second. Kendrick sets up on that first base side of the rubber. The pitch. Strike 1 pitch, misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Clayton in his last AB doubled in the 5th, but was left stranded. One. Fastball misses low. 2 balls, 1 strike. E.J. Cord waits on deck for the West Coast Kings. Two balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Fastball hits it in the air, left center field, circling to his right. It is Jonathan Walsh with the grab, makes the grab for out number 2. I think that might be Diego Grabiel out in left field. We'll update you on that. So 2 up and 2 down in the 7th inning. Bases empty, 2 outs. 11-4 lead for the Rogues against the West Coast Kings. Here's E.J. Cord, 0 for 3 so far tonight. Lights are turned on at the ballpark. Perfect evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley. Kendrick sets up on that first base side of the rubber. Waits. And fires. Swings and fouls it off to the backstop. Strike 1. Cord tonight has not gotten on board yet. Struck out in the first, Flight out the right field to Quentin Olson in the second, struck out in the fifth. Kendrick sets up on that first base side of the rubber, waits, and the strike one pitch. Hits that in the air, foul down the right field line, quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Think about it, this might be the first game we've had all season long that the wind has not played a factor. The flag is glued to the flagpole off in left center. No balls and 2 strikes. Hendricks sets, and the pitch. Ground ball off the end of the bat, slow roller towards short, bobbled by Logan Macy, can't make the play. E.J. Cord aboard with an E6. So the West Coast Kings extend the inning for the second straight time. Did that back in the 6th inning with the James Hartman single. 1 on, 2 outs. We are in the 7th inning. 11-4 lead for the Rogues against the West Coast Kings. Here's the catcher, Caleb Hendricks. 1 for 3 so far tonight for the West Coast Kings. Kendrick sets up on that first base side of the rubber. Small lead for E.J. Cord at first base. First one. Fastball lasers in on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Strike one pitch, breaking ball, fouls it off, third base side, quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Hendricks tonight, RBI double, back in the first, came around and scored on that. Grounded out to the shortstop Logan Macy in the third, struck out in the 5th. Back-to-back Ks while Preston Daniels was dealing on the hill. Will Salahar in center. Diego Grabiel in right. Strike one. The pitch gets away from the first baseman. Jackson Rosenthal scoots into right field. Quentin Olson picks it up. And it goes 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Morales trying to find his footing behind the dish. First day in the Rogue Valley. We were talking about it on our conversation a little bit during with the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. He's like, yeah, I didn't expect to be interviewed on my first day, but this is your first day in the Rogue Valley. You do get an interview because you're a Rogue. 1-2. Breaking ball misses low, and the count goes square. Jim McInevin waits on deck. 1 for 3 at the dish as well. He waits on deck. This is a big inning right now and a big at-bat for Hayden Kendrick. Kendrick glances over at first base. E.J. Cord at first. Medium-sized lead. Jackson Rosenthal holding the runner. 2-2 ground ball. Pulled a foul. Third base side. We'll do it once more. Gets out of the batter's box, climbs back in. Hendricks trying to extend the inning. Infield is playing deep for the Rogues. Deuces wild on the pitch. Popped up foul down the first base side. It goes out of play. We'll do it once more.
Get in on your chance to win the items being raffled off outside the dugout.
Airplane flying overhead from right to left. Blue skies. A lot of clouds off in the distance. We're going to have an epic sunset tonight. 2-2 home. Off the end of the bat, slow roll to the right side. Charging in is Daniel Berman, the second baseman. Throws it to first, and the play at first base is in time. 4-3 on the ground out to close the book on the top half of inning number 7. And the side is retired. Daniel Berman making it look easy at second base. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. E.J. Cord left on at first base. It is time to stretch at Harry and David Field. Medford leading 11-4 against the West Coast Kings, and send it to Greg Roberts, public address announcer, for the playing of the 7th inning stretch.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. selected as a winner for a free appetizer courtesy of Chadwick Sports Bar and Grill, and I recommend the deep fried pickles.
You know you make me wanna keep my hands up, throw my hands up, throw my hands up, come on now, something to say you real. Something to say, yeah, say you real. Say it right now, baby, say you real. Come on, say you real. Say you
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Rogues.
And the tradition at Harry and David Field lives on. The singing of shouts at the ballpark on a summer's night in the Rogue Valley continued. Bottom half of inning number 7 we go on this beautiful Tuesday evening in Southern Oregon. Game 1 of 3 between the West Coast Kings and the Medford Rogues. Rogues lead 11-4 against the West Coast Kings. Will Salahar takes over from Evan Saito for the first at-bat of the evening for him. 9-1-2 due up for the Rogues. Will Salahar followed by Daniel Berman and Jackson Rosenthal. First pitch to Will Salahar finds the outside third. Strike one. Will Salahar this season a .298 hitter. 4 doubles, no triples. Strike one pitch. Misses up and out. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the road trip, I wore a Scottsdale Community College shirt. Will Salahar gave me that shirt earlier in the season. 1-1. Hits that in the air. Sky high center field. Clayton, the center fielder, jogs. Stops, makes the one-hand grab for out number 1. Salahar flies out the center field for the first out of the inning. Base is empty, 1 out. We are in the bottom of 7. We go back to the top of the order of Daniel Berman. Daniel tonight has reached on base 3 times so far. Rogues leading 11-4 against the West Coast Kings. Game 1 of this 3-game set. Rogues offense, 11 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors. But you like what the Rogues have done throughout the whole entire evening. First pitch. Breaking ball, misses outside at 1 ball, no strikes. So I wore that Will Salahar Scottsdale Community College t-shirt. Special thanks to him. That was a really nice t-shirt. Wore that around Lincoln. 1 ball and no strikes. Fastball finds the bottom third at 1 ball, 1 strike. And the mascot for Scottsdale Community College, the Fighting Artichokes. Daniel Berman at the dish, waits for the 1-1. Breaking ball, misses outside at 2 balls, 1 strike. Perfect evening for baseball. I think about this whole entire season, we've had a lot of great weather. Not too hot, only had a couple of hot days throughout the whole entire summer, but pristine conditions at the yard. 2-1, hits that in the air. Left field tracking it down as Miyamoto on the run. That's going to drop right in front of him. Daniel Berman wants to scoot the second base, but he settles for a 1-out single. Pops it up in the air to left field. Miyamoto trying to track that one down. And the Rogues offense back to their ways again. You think about what happened in the bottom half of inning number 6. Rogues offense plated 2 runs on 3 hits, a home run from Chris Ortiz. And now it is a new batter in the 2 spot, replacing Jackson Rosenthal. Ethan Swenson takes over. Swenson will be at first base in the 8th inning. So 1 on, 1 out. We are in the bottom of 7. Looks over at first base is Davis Morris. First pitch, breaking ball, misses upstairs. A throw over to first base by Hendricks, the catcher. Is not in time. 1 ball and no strikes. One out. Breaking ball, clips the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Game 2 tomorrow of this 3-game set. 6:35 first pitch. We get going at 6:15 for the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Swenson this season, 211 hitter, 2 runs batted in, no doubles or triples yet, has 4 base hits to his credit so far. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slider misses outside, and the count squares up. Two runner goes. The throw over to second base by Hendricks, and the throw's not in time. Stolen base for Daniel Berman. And the count fills. 3 balls and 2 strikes, Ethan Swenson. And you like what you're doing if you are the Rogues. You've been aggressive on the base paths. They've done a really good job of being able to capitalize. Count is full for Ethan Swenson. Davis Morris looks at second base and fouls off the pitch. He's Ethan Swenson. We'll do it again, so 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch once again. Line drive, left field, that drops down for a hit. Rounding third, trucking towards home is Daniel Berman. Rounding first, speeding towards second, and the relay throw is not in time. RBI double for Ethan Swenson. It's a pinch hit RBI double, and the Rogues offense leads 12-4 against the West Coast Kings. You like that offensive productivity tonight. Ethan Swenson gets his first double of the season. First double of 2026 and his first double as a Medford Rogue. Ethan Swenson with a big lead at second base. Here is Logan DeMacy, the shortstop for the Rogues. First pitch, slider misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Macy tonight, 2 for 4, 2 away from the cycle. Excuse me. Strike 1 pitch. Fastball elevated. 1 ball, 1 strike. So we're going to say 2 balls and no strikes. I was like, yeah. 2-0. Fastball misses up and in. 3 balls, no strikes. Macy doubled and scored in the first. Singled and scored in the second. Did ground into a double play back in the 3rd inning. 3-0 pitch. Misses up and in, ball 4. Logan Macy takes first. Puts runners at first and second. So he coaxes a 1-out walk rather. 2 on, 1 out. We are in the bottom half of inning number 7. Here's a third baseman, Kian Sanchez for the Rogues. Rogues third baseman has been pretty busy so far tonight. 2 for 4 at the dish. First one, fastball misses upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Sanchez tonight has 4 RBIs to his credit. Well, I mean, he has a lot of RBIs so far. 1 ball and no strikes. Fastball misses upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Sanchez sac flied in the first. 3-run homer in the second. Doubled and scored in the 4th. Flied out to Hartman in right field in the 6th. 2-0. Fastball finds the inside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1. Hits that in the air, foul down the first base side, and the count goes square. Swenson at second base, Macy at first. One run has come across so far in this inning. 2-2, ground ball to the right side, gobbled up by Cord, the second baseman, underhands it over to the shortstop. Porter, the throw over to first base in time. So it's 4-6-3 on the Twin Killing for the second and third out of the inning. But one run comes across on 1, 2 hits, no errors, and one left. Ethan Swenson left on at third base. We have played 7 in the Rogue Valley. We head to the 8th inning right after this. 12-4 lead for Medford. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
Discover the Life Plan community in the heart of the Rogue Valley. Here, your days are filled with opportunities to express yourself, engage your mind and body, and share your life with great new friends. You can connect, grow, and thrive. Our hilltop location is near world-class vineyards, the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and the Brit Music and Arts Festival. Rogue Valley Manor, Southern Oregon's premier Life Plan community.
Jackson Boone entertaining the crowd at Harry and David Field. It's been an entertaining game so far tonight. Rogues out in front 12-4 against the West Coast Kings. Once again, my name is Brian Welch. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Figaro's Pizza. From pizza to wings, even calzones, Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations at Phoenix, Gold Hill, and our newest location in Eagle Point. Locally owned and operated, a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. Rogues called to the bullpen once again on this Tuesday evening. It is the 4th pitcher used so far tonight, and they turn to the local kid making his Medford Rogues debut in relief. It is Logan Trevette in relief of Hayden Kendrick. And this pitching change tonight and all season long brought to you by our good friends at Catonsville 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. Hayden Kendrick going 1 inning on the hill. No hits, no runs, did have 1 error, no walks, and no strikeouts. Rogues give the ball to Logan Trevette, guy who grew up in down the road in Ashland. Going to be going to school at Lynn Community College, fresh out of high school. And he gets an opportunity to take on 5, 6, and 7 in the West Coast Kings batting order. Jim McInerney leads off the inning, followed by Wyatt Miyamoto and Zach Altamura. Lights are turned on at the ballpark. 12-4 lead for Medford against the West Coast Kings. In the southpaw from Ashland, Oregon, works on that third base side of the rubber. Jim McInerney 1 for 3 so far tonight. First pitch. Fastball misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. McInerney singled and scored in the first. Flied out to Evan's side of the center fielder in the 3rd inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Fastball gets away from the catcher, Morales. 2 balls, no strikes. Infield is playing deep for the Rogues. Outfield playing deep and straight away. We'll give you the new defense for Medford after this pitch. 2-0. Fastball finds the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. So it's Kean Sanchez, Logan DeMacy, Daniel Berman, and Ethan Swenson replacing Jackson Rosenthal in the infield. In the outfield from left to right, 2 balls and a strike. Breaking ball misses outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. In the outfield from left to right, it's Diego Grabiel replacing Jonathan Walsh. Will Salahar in center field replacing Evan Saito. Quentin Olson stays put in right field. 3-1. Fastball misses inside of ball 4. Jim McAniven takes first with a leadoff walk. 1 on, 1 out. We are in the 8th inning. 12-4 lead for the Rogues against the West Coast Kings. Here is the righty for the Kings, Wyatt Miyamoto.
Now batting the Cape batter, left fielder, number 25, Wyatt Miyamoto.
Miyamoto so far tonight, 1 for 3 at the dish. Rogues infield can definitely turn 2. Logan Macy and Daniel Berman in the middle infield can definitely find a way to capitalize. First offering. Fastball misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes. Hits that in the air. Left center field, tracking it down is Diego Grabiel, drifting back, makes the grab for out number 1. Miyamoto flies out to left field for the first out of the inning. 1 on, 1 out. We are in the 8th inning. 12-4 Medford. Here's the 7th hitter, Zach Altamura, playing first base tonight for the West Coast Kings. Check that. It is a new batter in for the West Coast Kings. And see who is replacing. So it is Bubba Martinez.
Number 28, Bubba Martinez.
So Bubba Martinez takes over from Zach Altamura. So Martinez will be possibly at first base. We'll see how that goes in the 8th inning. Rogues infield can definitely turn 2. Logan Macy and Daniel Berman in the middle infield wants to turn 2. First pitch, slider, swing and a miss, strike 1. Good pitch by Logan Trevette. Talking of Logan a little bit. He was talking with his future teammate at Lynn Benton, Preston Daniels. So a pair of LB guys on the hill tonight. Strike 1 pitch from Trevette. Slider misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. It is Bubba Martinez at the dish, replacing Zach Altamura. Altamura tonight going 0 for 2 with a walk. Martinez, a .409 hitter this season. 4 runs batted in. 1 ball and a strike. Fastball hits Bubba Martinez. He takes first.
Now batting the right fielder.
2 on, 1 out. We are in the 8th inning, 12-4 lead for Medford. And now Morales has a conversation with Trevette. And Logan Macy joins the conversation on the hill. This pause, the action is brought to you by the Awesome Pool Guy. Does your pool or hot tub need repairs? Call the Awesome Pool Guy, CCB 255-795. Conversation concludes between the trio of Rogues. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the right fielder, James Hartman. 2 for 3 at the dish so far tonight, but has reached on base all 3 times. A little bit of pressure starting, a little bit of adversity for young Logan Trevette. Sets up on that third base side of the rubber. First pitch. Breaking ball, misses upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Hartman tonight reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Was left stranded at first base. Singled in the 4th. Was left on at first base. Singled in the 6th. 1-0. Breaking ball, misses outside at 2 balls, no strikes. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard after this 2-0 pitch. And the delivery. Ground ball, pulled to the left side. Logan Macy scoops it up, throws it over to second for 1. Berman throws it over to first base in time. 6-4-3 twin killing. And the young Logan Trevette and company gets out of the jam. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. We head to the home half of inning number 8 right after this. 2 up for the Rogues, Chris Ortiz, Jonathan Walsh, and Quentin Olson. 12-4 lead for Medford. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Planning to move? Choose Pods, the most awarded container moving company. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Pods brings the container to you. Keep it as long as you like and pack at your own pace. When you're ready, we'll take it to your new home or store it at a secure pod storage center until you need it. And best of all, You don't have to do the driving. Trust Pods with your next move. Book at pods.com today.
Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3 and 4 bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. Home half of inning number 8, we go from Harry and David Field, all Medford on this Tuesday evening. 12-4 lead for the Rogues against the West Coast Kings. Brian Woods back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in. And this Rogue squad find ways to capitalize, turning a double play, a 6-4-3 twin killing when Logan Javette was on the hill. And the West Coast Kings getting their arm warmed up right now. This pitch and change tonight and all season long, brought to you by KTBL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. West Coast Kings turn to Blake Porter. So Porter is was at the shortstop. Now he is a pitcher. There's a little bit of everything being moved around in the lineup. And at the shortstop position for the West Coast Kings is Jimmy McAneven. So McAneven at short. There's a new third baseman for the West Coast Kings, will give you that. And the first batter he sees is making his Medford Rogues debut. It is Morales, Carlos Morales. He joined us for the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. He gets ready to go to work. First pitch, fouls it off to the screen, a strike one. Great pick in his brain today during the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. Gets out of the batter's box, climbs back in. Going to the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. The Vaquero at the dish. Strike one pitch upcoming. Breaking ball. Finds the inside corner. Quickly in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Heard about his story to get up to the Rogue Valley. Teammate at Santa Ana College was Kian Sanchez for a year. Kian Sanchez playing for the Rogues, and you heard from him talking about having that familiar face in the dugout. 0-2. Fouls off the fastball. We'll do it again. No balls and 2 strikes. Fastball misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Diego Grabiel waits on deck. One-two from Porter. Breaking ball misses inside, and the count squares. One ball and 2 strikes. Fastball, line drive right to the shortstop, McAneven. And Carlos Morales lines out for the first out of the inning. That was hard hit off the bat, but went right to the shortstop, McAneven. Base is empty, 1 out. We are in the bottom half of inning number 8. 12-4 lead for the Rogues against the West Coast Kings. Here is Diego Grabiel replacing Jonathan Walsh in left field. Jonathan tonight going 2 for 3 at the dish with a walk. But Diego gets his first AB of the evening. Beautiful evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley. Blake Porter sets up on that first base side of the road, delivers the pitch. Fastball misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. Diego this season for the Rogues, a .256 hitter, 3 doubles, no triples. 1-0, fouls it off to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. A ball and a strike upcoming. 1-1, ground ball, pulled foul, first base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Think about how this season's been. Rogues have been pretty good at home so far. Think about tomorrow. Second to last home game of the regular season at home. One-two home. Breaking ball hits that in the air. Shallow left field. Miyamoto, the left fielder, going to try to track that one down. That drops down for a hit. Rounding first, puts on the brakes and scoots back to first base is Diego Grabio. Rogues offense gets aboard once again tonight. The 17th hit of the evening. 1 on, 1 out. We are in the bottom of 8. Here's Quentin Olson, the right fielder for the Rogues. 1 for 3 tonight with a walk. 12-4 lead for Medford against the West Coast Kings. Game 1 of this 3-game set. Ground ball pulled to the right side. That's into right field. Base hit for Quentin Olson. Back-to-back 1-out singles off the bat of Diego Grabio and Quentin Olson. So 2 on, 1 out. We are on the bottom of 8. 12-4 lead for Medford against the West Coast Kings. It is a new batter in there. It is Anthony Thomas Jr. replacing Jan Neugebauer in the lineup. Rogues offense emptying the bench. And you like what you're seeing. You think about how the week went in California. The question was, how were the Rogues going to respond tonight? The Rogues have done a pretty good job at responding at that. Sets up on that first base side is Blake Porter. Glances at second base. First pitch. Breaking ball finds the inside corner. Strike 1. Anthony Thomas Jr. this season, a .245 hitter, 1 double, 2 triples, 3 home runs, and 13 runs batted in so far in 2026. .12-4 lead for Medford against the West Coast Kings. Sets up on that first base side is Blake Porter. Glances at second base. Now fires a strike 1 pitch. Hits that in the air. Cues it foul down the third base side. Quickly in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Just a picture perfect evening for baseball. Sun is disappeared. Lights are turned on. Clouds off in the distance. Beyond right field. Porter sets, glances over at second base, and fires the 0-2. Breaking ball misses low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, Salahar waits on deck for the Rogues. One ball and 2 strikes. Fastball misses outside, and the count squares up. Grabio at second base, Quentin Olson at first base. Infield is playing deep for the Kings. You definitely know the middle infield of McAneven and Cord are definitely thinking of turning 2. 2-2. Fastball leans out of the way as Anthony Thomas Jr. And the count fills. Three balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Anthony Thomas Jr. down on strikes. First strikeout victim for Blake Porter tonight. So 2 on, 2 outs. We are in the bottom of 8. 12-4 lead for Medford against the West Coast Kings. Here's the center fielder, Will Salahar, replacing Evan Saito. 0 for 1 so far tonight. I know Will's mom and dad are listening back home in Anthem, Arizona. It is a perfect evening. I mean, we keep talking about, we've had a perfect evening so far throughout the whole entire night and throughout this whole entire season. First offering. Leans out, turns away from it. Misses up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Will fly out to center field to Clayton in the 7th inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Fastball outside, 2 balls, no strikes. You think about how this team has performed throughout the whole entire season. We talked about it to be in playoff contention 2 weeks ago. You'd have to find a way to get 4 wins. Rogues got 5 wins. 2-0, swing and a miss on the slider. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rogues did not hold up their end of the bargain last week in California, but this team can bounce back, and this result tonight has shown that. It could have gone by the wayside in the first inning. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fastball finds the bottom third, and the count goes square. That first inning when Dylan Finelli was taken out of the game, Preston Daniels came in to the situation, a precarious situation. Found a way to shut down the West Coast Kings after that. But the big point is preserving the bullpen for tomorrow. 2-2 home. Line drive, hooking foul down the first base side. We'll do it again, still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Daniel Berman waits on deck for the Rogues. An evening where the Rogues offense has flourished. You definitely know that this team is going to, you definitely know this team wants to play another week. If they play another week, the sky's the limit for what this team can do. Two and two. Fastball hits it in the air. Left field going back as Miyamoto circling into the corner. Goes to his right. Secures it for out number 3 with the one-hand grab. And the inning comes to a close. No runs, a pair of hits, no errors, and 2 left on. Diego Grabiel left on at second base. Quentin Olson left on at first. We have played 8 in the Rogue Valley. Last call for the West Coast Kings in the top half of inning number 9. 12-4 Medford. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. After the game is over, are you looking for more Medford Rogues content? Plank Talk is the official podcast of the Medford Rogues. Hi, this is Brian Welch, the voice of your Rogues. Join me every week as we talk with the players, front office staff, and special guests along the way. Plank Talk drops every week during the season on the same channel you watch the Rogues. We will see you for Plank Talk. As always, go Rogues. Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Green CN Medford Airport at roguegreencn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Check out our newest location, our Take and Bake food trailer in Eagle Point. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It's the last call for the West Coast Kings in the top half of inning number 9. 12-4 lead for the Rogues against the West Coast Kings. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. Rogues turn to Lorenzo Liu to try to find a way to shut this one down on this Tuesday evening in the Rogue Valley. This pitching change tonight and all season long is brought to you by K2VL 10. Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. First pitch fouled off to the left side, strike one. The batter for the West Coast Kings is Tyrus Voigt. Tyrus Voigt at the dish. Hits that in the air, foul down the third base side, quickly in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. This is the third batter to occupy the 9 spot in the lineup tonight for the West Coast Kings. Carson Williams, the starting pitcher, occupied that. Went 0 for 2 at the dish. John Bullock then occupied it. Went 0 for 1. He flied out as well in that inning. Williams flied out to center field in the first. Flied out to left field in the fourth. 0-2. Fouls it off first base side. We'll do it again. And now, Tyrus Voigt at the dish. Third batter to occupy the 9 spot. Voigt this season, a 400 hitter. 1 round tripper so far in 2026. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2. Slider misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lorenzo Liu on the hill for the Rogues. Got to meet his family in California. Great conversation with the Liu family. Lorenzo Liu this season for the Rogues. Give you that. 1-2. Hits that sky high in the air. Right field circling to his right is Quentin Olson on the run. Makes the grab and robs Tyrus Voigt for the first out of the inning. 1 down, 2 to go in the 9th inning. 12-4 lead for Medford against the West Coast Kings. We go back to the top of the order with Blake Porter, who's the new pitcher for the West Coast Kings. Lorenzo Liu this season for the Rogues. Liu has had 12 appearances so far, 18 innings on the hill, 17 strikeouts, 9 walks, ERA of 3.50, 2 wins and 1 loss. First one from the righty. Ground ball, chopper to the left side, gobbles up as the shortstop Logan Macy. The throw to first base on the money for out number 2. 6-3 on the ground out for the second out of the inning. 2 down, 1 to go in the 9th inning. Final hope for the West Coast Kings is Miles Clayton. Clayton today reaching on base 2 times. And he goes to work for his 5th at-bat of the evening. Stay tuned for the Rogues postgame show. Get a chance to listen to the highlights, pick our player of the game, and also take a look at the standings and take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. That's all coming up on the Rogues postgame show. First pitch, breaking ball, finds the outside corner, strike 1. Clayton tonight reached on air in the first, came around and scored, struck out in the second, doubled in the 5th. Strike 1 pitch, hits that in the air, left field, tracking it down as Diego Grabiel goes to his right, makes the one-hand grab for out number 3. The Rogues take game 1 of this 3-game set, and they're back in the win column, 12 for the final against the West Coast Kings. 12 runs, 18 hits, 2 errors for the Rogues. For the West Coast Kings, 4 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Medford improves to 25-11 overall in the season, 12-8 in Pacific Empire League action. West Coast Kings dropped to 20-20 overall in the season, 7-15 in Pacific Empire League play. Hope you can stay tuned for the Rogues postgame show that's coming up right after the break. Rogues back in the win column, 12 for the final against the West Coast Kings. More after this on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking for a place that actually feels like home? Check out Oak Ridge Estates in Phoenix, Oregon. This manufactured home community is selling brand new 3- and 4-bedroom homes with everything ready for you. A full kitchen appliance package, private carports, extra storage, and fresh landscaping all included. It is a whole vibe, pet-friendly, all ages, and packed with perks like a saltwater pool, hot tub, fitness center, playground, and clubhouse. Stop by 300 Lumen Road or call 541-535-6227 to book your tour today. Discover your place to call home at Oak Ridge Estates. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Check out our newest location, our Take and Bake food trailer in Eagle Point. Locally owned and operated, Figaro supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball. Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It's the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, their banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Green CN Medford Airport is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Green CN Medford Airport at roguegreencn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Planning to move? Choose Pods, the most awarded container moving company. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Pods brings the container to you. Keep it as long as you like and pack at your own pace. When you're ready, we'll take it to your new home or store it at a secure Pod storage center until you need it. And best of all, you don't have to do the driving. Trust Pods with your next move. Book at pods.com today.
Discover the Life Plan community in the heart of the Rogue Valley. Here, your days are filled with opportunities to express yourself, engage your mind and body, and share your life with great new friends. You can connect, grow, and thrive. Our hilltop location is near world-class vineyards, the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and the Brit Music and Arts Festival. Rogue Valley Manor, Southern Oregon's premier Life Plan community.
We talked about it a little bit. The Awesome Pool Guy on deck show the Rogues would have to win 4 games to get to the postseason in the final week of the regular season, and they checked off the first box of the week, taking game 1 of this 3-game set against the West Coast Kings, 12 for the final from Harry and David Field. Hi, everybody. My name is Brian Welch with the Rogue Streaming Network. Happy to have you aboard wherever you may be tuning in, and welcome to the Rogues postgame show. Very fun game tonight in the Rogue Valley. Medford answering back after an offensive week that was strugglesome. A little bit, it was back and forth throughout the whole entire week in California. The Rogues offense looked inconsistent, but the Rogues looked really consistent tonight, taking game 1, 12 for the final against the West Coast Kings. Take a look at the final line score before we give you the highlights. For the Rogues, 12 runs, 18 hits, 2 errors, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the West Coast Kings. In the top half of inning number 1, it was the West Coast Kings erupting for 4 runs in the inning. Dylan Finelli was pulled out of the game. Preston Daniels found a way to calm the bats down against the West Coast Kings, and it was a 4-0 lead going into the home half of inning number 1. Daniel Berman singled to lead off the home half of the first. Jackson Rosenthal struck out, and Logan Macy found a way to get the offense moving in the home first.
Hit 1 ball and no strikes. Hits down the air, right center field. That's going to drop down for a hit. Rounding second, digging for third base is Daniel Berman, getting the wave home, but the stop sign put up by head coach Kevin Olmstead. It's a 1-out double off the bat of Logan Macy, puts runners at second and third.
In the same inning, a couple of batters later, Chris Ortiz found a way to get the first run across of the evening for the Rogues.
Logan Macy, a big lead at second base. Strike 1 pitch, hits that in the air, right center field, tracking it down is Hartman, the right fielder, and that drops right past him in the right center. 1 run's easily in. Chris Ortiz drops the anchor at second base. It's an RBI double, and the Rogues only trail by 2.
The Rogues in the home half of inning number 1 scored not 1 but 3 runs across in that inning, and the Rogues offense only trailed by 1 heading into the second inning. Preston Daniels had the reins in that late part of the first, sent the Kings in order 1, 2, 3. Bottom half of inning number 2. It was Jaden Neugebauer who grounded out to the pitcher Carson Williams for the first out of the inning. Evan Seidel got aboard of a hit by pitch. RBI single off the bat of Daniel Berman. But think about this, Logan Macy got aboard of a single, and Kian Sanchez knew what to do with this pitch when he saw it.
A little bit of activity in that bullpen for the Kings right now. First pitch swinging, hits that in the air, sky high, left field, track, wall, goodbye! It's a 3-run blast for Kian Sanchez.
That was a tremendous hit for Kian Sanchez tonight, his third round tripper of 2026. And the Rogues put up a 4-spot in the home half of inning number 2. It was a 7-4 lead for the Rogues heading into the third inning. It was another 1-2-3 inning pitched by Preston Daniels in relief. Bottom half of inning number 3, Rogues got a run across on with that sac fly from Jackson Rosenthal, driving in Jaden Neugebauer. In the top half of inning number 4, it was a base runner on at first base, James Hartman, but he was left on at first base. Bottom half of the 4th, it was Kian Sanchez who got aboard of a double. An RBI single off the bat of Jaden Neugebauer drove him in. In the top half of inning number 5, it was Miles Clayton who got aboard of a double, but E.J. Cord at the dish was on the other end of a strikeout from Preston Daniels.
That early 1-2 breaking ball, called strike 3 on the outside corner. E.J. Cord down on strikes.
And that was a crucial strikeout for Preston Daniels to get his 3rd K of the evening. He had 5 Ks in total in relief tonight in the Rogue Valley. Preston Daniels probably had one of his best outings in a Medford Rogues uniform in his career. That was in the top half of inning number 5. In the bottom half of the 5th, the Rogues went in order 1-2-3. Top half of inning number 6, there was another base runner on at first base. James Hartman was on, but was left stranded in the top half of inning number 6. Bottom half of inning number 6, Kian Sanchez flied out to right field, but Chris Ortiz, his best friend from Stanislaus State, wanted to join in the fun with the home runs tonight.
Yeah. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0, hits that in the air, left field. Miyamoto going back, looks up, waves it goodbye. Chris Ortiz goes yard. 2nd home run of the night from a Rogue.
And that was a big home run off the bat of Chris Ortiz. Rogues got another run across on the RBI single from Quentin Olson driving, and Eddie Diego driving in within the 6th spot. And the bottom half of inning number 6. So 2 runs came across in the bottom half of inning number 6. Top half of inning number 7. Kings had another base runner on, but could not capitalize. Bottom half of the 7th. Rogues offense looked pretty good. It was a single off the bat of Daniel Berman. Ethan Swenson came in to bat for Jackson Rosenthal. This is the result of the at-bat.
Payoff pitch once again. Line drive, left field, that drops down for a hit. Rounding 3rd, trucking towards home is Daniel Berman. Rounding 1st, speeding towards 2nd, and the relay throw is not in time. RBI double for Ethan Swenson.
And Ethan Swenson with a clutch big hit once again for the Rogues offense throughout the whole entire evening. And it was Ethan Swenson replacing Jackson Rosenthal, and it was passing the bat. Rogues got an opportunity to empty the bench and be able to find ways to capitalize. And this is the Rogues squad that wanted to be able to have a good game tonight. They had a great game in game 1 of this 3-game set. We head to the top half of inning number 8. Base runners on. Logan Trevette, one of the newest Rogues this season. In his first day in a Medford Rogues uniform, the young man from Ashland, Oregon, had runners on, but he trusted his infield to get out of the inning.
And the delivery. Ground ball, pulled to the left side. Logan Macy scoops it up, throws it over to 2nd for 1. Berman throws it over to first base in time. 6-4-3 twin killing. And the young Logan Trevette and company gets out of the jam.
And that was a double play that changed the tide of that whole entire eighth inning. Bottom half of the eighth, Rogues had runners on at first and second, could not capitalize. And the West Coast Kings went in order in the top half of inning number 9. Rogues improved to 25-11 overall in the season, 12-8 in Pacific Empire League action. West Coast Kings dropped to 20-20 overall in the season, 7-15 in Pacific Empire League action. A lot of candidates for player of the game tonight, and you think about what this team has done and what type of week the Rogues had last week in California. The Rogues' offense was inconsistent. Look at that. Maybe Keegan Sanchez is the player of the game, but I'm going defense for player of the game. Preston Daniels, finding ways to capitalize, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 innings, 5 2/3 innings on the hill. Shutout baseball, gave up a couple of base runners, and found a way to calm down the West Coast Kings offense. You think about that in the top half of the first, it was dire straits for the Rogues pitching staff. But Preston Daniels had his best outing on the hill in a Medford Rogues uniform, the second-year Rogue from Crescent City, California. And I know that his family is going to be down at the Arcata Ballpark this weekend to see the Rogues play against the Humboldt Crabs. But Preston Daniels is our player of the game with a dominating performance in relief of the starter, Dylan Finelli. So Preston Daniels is our player of the game. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard and as well as the standings. That's brought to you by our good friends at Kramer Cabinets. A couple of games going on in the league right now. Currently, this is the last. The game is wrapped up. It is gone final in Healdsburg at Recreation Park. Prune Packers hold on to take down the Lincoln Potters 8-5 the final. And currently in the top of the ninth, it's the Humboldt Crabs leading 2-0 against the Birchovich Honors. And those are the other two games going on in the Pacific Empire League. So the standings looks like this. Healdsburg improves to 18-5 overall in league. Lincoln improves to 13-9 overall on the season. Medford improves to 12-8 in Pacific Empire League action. If the season ended today, it'd be interesting. The Rogues do have that tiebreaker against the Lincoln Potters. Humboldt Crabs still 11-11. They did not play in league action today. West Coast Kings dropped to 7-15. Solano Mudcats are 5-17 on the season in Pacific Empire League action. So those are the standings and the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by our good friends at Kramer Cabinets. Game 2 tomorrow of this 3-game set scheduled for 6:35 p.m. We'll get going at 6:15 for the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. Rogues going to try to find a way to close out the home portion of this 2026 season with a couple of victories. And we talked about a little bit in the start of the broadcast and as well as the start of the Rogues postgame show. Got to get 4 wins. Rogues need 3 more wins this week to go to the postseason. So it's going to be a fun ride in the final week of this regular season in Pacific Empire League action. So tomorrow night at 6:15 p.m. will be the next time I will speak with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. But it's been a very fun one. Very fun game tonight in the Rogue Valley. 12 for the final. Medford takes game 1 against the West Coast Kings. But for everyone that has put this broadcast together, Brian Wout saying goodbye. Have a good evening. Repeating the final score from Harry and David Field in Medford, Oregon. Medford takes game 1 against the West Coast Kings. 12 for the final. We'll see you tomorrow at 6:15 for the Awesome Pool Guy on Deck show. So long from the Rogue Valley. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Medford Rogues Baseball.